You're about to watch another exciting episode of the Dungeon Run, but did you know that you can actually be part of the adventure? Tune in live on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and you can make your voice heard and help determine the fate of our adventurers. Hope to see you there.
Greetings and welcome to The Dungeon Run, a live tabletop role-playing game where your interactions help tell the tale. I am Lord Ereban, the Keeper of Secrets, and I have brought these adventurers together and set them on an epic quest to decide the fate of the world. When they found my amulet, it gave them the key to unlock the mysteries of Ayn and allowed them to communicate with you, the watchers of the time stream. Now you have the power to help or hinder them as you see fit. If this is your first episode, fear not. Our Dungeon Master will catch you up on everything you need to know to jump right in. And you can always watch past episodes by visiting our YouTube or listen to the audio version by searching for The Dungeon Run wherever you get fine podcasts. The Dungeon Run is made possible through the generous support of our patrons. Bonus shows, special content, and more is available when you become a supporter at patreon.com/thedungeonrun. And join the incredible Dungeon Run community by visiting the official, unofficial Discord at thedungeon.run/Discord. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does make a difference. But now, sit back, relax, enter the world of Ayn, and let the dice roll!
Yeah, thank you, Lord Ereban, and welcome, watchers of the time stream, to the Dungeon Run. I am your Dungeon Master, Jeff Kanata, and I'm joined. I'm back, baby. I'm back.
Yay! We're so happy.
He's back.
I'm very pleased to be here, and I'm joined by the Heroes of Bingle, including
Jared Kajak playing Civ Red Thistle.
Jessica Lynn Parsons playing Fahima Tig.
I'm Morgan Peter Brown. I'll be playing James Quillis this evening.
I'm Ronald Richard Ogden, and I'm Uggo Rage Fist.
Hi there, my name's Katie Michaels, and I'll be portraying Lily Dumblesteck.
And this show is made possible by Patreon. Patreon.com/thedungeonrun is where you go to find out about ways you can support this show and make it possible. And you get cool stuff if you choose to do that. As you saw Lord Ereban kind of give you the overview, I'll tell you about some of the cool stuff that's happened in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
At the Amulet Keeper level, which is the Dungeon Master level, I released a couple of homebrew monsters that the team fought very recently in the sewers beneath Olsvach. You get those and my insights that just came out a couple of weeks ago. We got some poetry from none other than Jared Kajak. Lots of other great stuff to check out on Patreon. If you help support the show, we like to give you stuff in return. We appreciate it. You can also support the show here on Twitch, live as we play, by purchasing in-game items. You can give us advantage and disadvantage. You can give us balloons, which feel like applause, or potatoes, which feel absolutely incredible. And in fact, We've already gotten 3 golden potatoes.
Is that a casserole to start the night?
What?
It is. We started with the full-on casserole.
We didn't even get an appetizer. We went straight to mains.
Just right to it.
That's right.
No, give me the carbs.
We got gold potatoes, 2 gold potatoes from Bacon Chef Tommy. So I enjoy a little bacon on my potatoes. Thank you, Bacon Chef Tommy.
Well played.
And an additional golden potato from BK Figgins 2000.
BKE Figgins.
Okay, figure.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys know that name. There is a battle that is waged every week between the forces of good, Team Force of Good, and Team Force of Evil, right there in the chat. And those potatoes, those balloons all contribute to that battle. The last time we played, Team Force of Evil was triumphant over the course of the night, which means
Rather appropriately, yes.
which means the team will start with a Force of Evil card that will take place, that will be in effect through the entire episode tonight. And I will reveal what that card is right now. In fact, you can submit cards on our website. You can submit cards for us to use in future episodes. The card we're using tonight was submitted by, wait a minute, I'm on the wrong page, was submitted by Sitar. It is called Two Extremes. And the way this card works is you cannot advantage your way out of critical fail rolls this episode. Additionally, a 1 or a 2 both count as critical fail.
No.
Dude.
Either die on an advantage roll shows a 2 or a 1, that's the roll. This applies to NPCs as well.
Oh!
We were already
Ron's out.
here
Ron's out.
Ron
killed
does
Ron.
2 attacks in a round, so the chances of him critically failing are
I'm
pretty
the one
good.
who's going to be critical failing. That's why I'm leaving.
Oh,
So
no.
that is the result of the battle, the Force of Good, Force of Evil battle from the last time we were in Ein. And we also got a balloon from James Hamiltron. Thanks, James Hamiltron. We appreciate you. I have some announcements before we get to the show, and I'm going to catch everybody up, especially if you're a new viewer. We got you covered. We'll give you all the information you need to jump right into our story. But I need to give you some updates first. The biggest one is we're doing a giveaway tonight.
Woo!
Jared Kajak, tell the folks about our giveaway.
Well, I already sold it to my next door neighbor for $50, so I have
You already just sold it for cover price?
some
Dude, get a
some
markup.
expired. Well, he gave me a
He's
6
a
pack
good
as well.
salesman.
No, I wouldn't do that. We have this awesome Ravenloft book right here,
Von
the Van
Richten's
Richten's
Guide.
Guide to Ravenloft, and I've been flipping through it and thinking, wow, I don't know why we decided to give this away because this is really cool.
It's pretty odd. Thanks to the folks
Yeah.
at Wizards of the Coast for sending us that book, by the way.
And I signed it and Jeff signed it, and I'm probably going to drive around at some point. I will drive around at some point and have everybody sign it as well. I guess I could forge it, but then you'd probably
Jared's
regret that.
reluctance to give away this giveaway is palpable.
Yeah.
Should
It's
really
not good.
let you know how good it is.
I think
not
Jared's
good.
just really excited to have something with my signature on it.
That's true.
Oh.
That's true. I've been practicing forging that as well.
Watch your identity, Jeff.
We're going to give that away during intermission.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
Jeff, you need to sign the
tuned
book with
find
your
out-
social security number.
Stay tuned at Intermission to find out how you can win this, although it is only possible for folks in the United States.
Yes.
So, but stay tuned at Intermission. We'll be giving it away to one lucky viewer of the show. Also, I want to say, as the cast kind of mentioned when we started, I've been out for a few weeks dealing with some difficult family stuff. And I just wanted to say on a personal note, thank you to the cast for being so supportive of me and giving me time away from the show, even though I didn't want to be away. It was really needed. And thank you to all of the folks that sent kind wishes and such wonderful, heartfelt thoughts and messages and tweets and physical things. I mean, I got an incredible, I have to thank specific people like Homebrew Dice and the Raven Queen and Fail Waffle for these dice. These dice are amazing. You probably can't see on the stream, but Homebrew Dice created these dice, and every single one has a tiny amulet in it. It's incredible. It's extraordinary. It's
Oh,
a tiny
yours is
little
an
amulet.
amulet?
Mine has a tiny digit in it. It's got a hand. It's got my mage hand in it.
Mine has tiny crustacean hammers.
Wow.
You win, Ron. You
Mine has a
win.
meep.
Wow.
A meep in
Amazing.
everyone.
meep
Mine
is
has
pretty
a, Mine
cool.
has a beer mug.
Yeah.
That's
The-
amazing.
Stein.
And Jared's has nothing.
This is empty.
I just
like
thought it was
soul.
gold. I thought I was crazy. I was like, hey, that's cool. There's gold in there. But now I'm wondering if there's. Looks like
Might be
it's a
gold.
chest.
You love gold.
It's a treasure
Yeah,
chest.
it's a treasure chest.
Nice.
Wow.
Very appropriate.
That is
Incredible, incredible.
super
Thank you
cool.
so much for that. I also want to thank Anthropomorphic Muppet and Fahima Toad and Forest Elf 86 and Fail Waffle and Raven Queen for this awesome and hilarious video they sent me. That it was like a full comedy sketch with special effects. It was amazing.
First time hearing of this. I need to
You
see
got to
it.
see
Yeah.
it. It's. I hope they release it to the whole community because it's got a lot of wonderful inside jokes about the show and it's
Amazing.
so smart and well done. So thank you. It put a smile on my face. Thank you to Grim Faded for sending me a game. Thank you to Chaotic Brain for this incredible painting. And so many more of you who just were so sweet with videos and tweets and messages and kind wishes. I'm grateful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. This community is, I've said it many times, I will say it again, the best on the internet, bar none. So thank you. All right. So that's our long preamble. Now it is time to catch everybody up on the show. But if you've been watching along, you know that the team
things are going
broke-
really well.
broke the first rule of D&D, which is don't split the party. So
And we
have-
also have to roll with all those criticals. I just want to put that out there. Just
Ron
put
is
that out there.
very concerned.
yeah, as he should be. So the party is split, which means the group, everybody except Fahima doesn't know what Fahima's doing, and Fahima doesn't know what everybody else is doing. Therefore, even the recap of the show is a spoiler to them. So, in order for me to catch everybody up on what has been going on with the show, I'm gonna need the entire cast to take their earphones off so they can't hear me.
The entire cast?
The entire
Yes.
cast.
Yes, Jared, you
That means
do.
you.
How dare you?
Sexy tonight. Take it off, Fahima.
All right. Okay. So it's just us in our little secret room of recap, which means I get to tell you it started as a simple dungeon run, but it has gotten completely out of control. The party split, the heroes running for their lives, one of them shackled and hiding inside the enemy's lair. How did it get to this? Choices and consequences. The first choice was easy. It was to become a team. 5 adventurers joined together to investigate an abandoned dragon's lair. What they found inside was the Secret Keeper's amulet, a talisman of chaos, forged in a forgotten time. Its magic allows you, the watchers of the time stream, to influence their world through your choices, to deliver consequences to them through the battle between Team Force of Good and Team Force of Evil. But the amulet is also a key that unlocks a lost history. No one in all of Ayn remembers the time before the Great War of Ideas 300 years ago. All records were destroyed, all memories wiped clean, and all books, save one, were burned. That book, The Heroes of the Ariat Age, tells the story of the 5 champions of the realms, honored for their bravery and prowess in battle. At the end of the war, these champions were offered a choice as well. Selecting one of the glimmering motes of power, they could become wardens, enormous 100-foot-tall protectors, each wielding a different elemental energy. The consequence of this choice was great. The champions had to give up everything. They turned their back on their lives and their loved ones and forgot who they once were. Only the amulet could unlock their few remaining memories, hidden inside their subconscious. And only those who held the amulet could bear witness to the secrets those memories revealed. And so, amulet in hand, Civ, Fahima, James, Ugo, and Lily set out to track down the wardens and piece together their forgotten history. But the wardens had been captured. A cabal, led by the mysterious Ashen Mage, had hunted the wardens, imprisoning 3 of them in extraordinary locations across the realms. The heroes traveled to a floating castle in the sky, a bubble at the ocean floor, and a metal prison in the heart of a volcano to fight the Ashen Mage's minions and free the wardens. But they were too late. When the Heroes of Bingle came face to face with the Ashen Mage at the top of the volcano, they discovered that she had been working with a woman from Civ's past, a thief named Vic. Vic and Civ had grown up together in the city of Olsvach, stealing and running cons for a crime lord known only as the Cheesemonger. Now, Vic was working for another tyrant, and she wanted Civ to join her. But the Ashen Mage had other ideas. She believed that Fahima was the key to finding the remaining wardens and taking their power, so she offered Fahima a choice: become her apprentice and learn powerful forbidden magic, or watch her friends die. When Fahima made her choice, there were consequences. Vic was enraged. In an act of ultimate sacrifice, Vic smashed an ornate urn the Ashen Mage held dear, causing an immense explosion that sent shockwaves across the continent. The blast allowed the Heroes of Bingle to escape, but they were separated from their Fire Genasi companion, Fahima, who disappeared through a portal into the Ashen Mage's lair. In the ensuing days, Fahima lived underground, journeying each morning through the dark tunnels to train with the Ashen Mage in her study. Again and again, Fahima was tested, advancing further down the path of blood magic. But when the Ashen Mage asked Fahima to make a grisly display of loyalty, Fahima refused, fleeing through the Ashen Mage's runic portal by teaching herself the spell Teleportation Circle. When she finally reunited with the Heroes of Bingle, they were on their way to bury Vic. Civ vowed to lay her to rest in their hometown under the solemn glow of the Blue Mountains. Returning to Olsvach brought Civ back into contact with his old gang, the Vermin. The city existed as a collision between the haves and the have-nots. A giant wall called the Palisade separated the wealthy aristocrats of High Strana from the desperate street urchins of Low Strana. The Vermin survived by skimming from the rich and hiding among the poor. Civ's old friend, Curso, told the team that Vic had not left the city willingly. He believed that she had been traded to the Ashen Mage by the Cheesemonger in exchange for something powerful, something that had caused the ruling crime families of Olsvach to elevate the Cheesemonger's status and allow him to live in a mansion in High Strana. Curso wanted to steal this item, whatever it was, and asked the Heroes of Bingle to pull off a heist. Infiltrating High Strana, the team managed to brainwash one of the Cheesemonger's guards using the suggestion spell, instructing him to stay in a good mood and be nice to any gardeners he might encounter. Then, they disguised themselves as groundskeepers and made their way to a neighboring mansion whose sewer system connected to the Cheesemonger's reservoir. Before they could enter the sewer, however, Fahima sent her baby phoenix, Meep, over the wall to scout. When the Cheesemonger's spell-casting guards blasted Meep out of the sky, Fahima panicked and attempted to rescue her alone, getting herself captured in the process. Separated from their wizard again, the rest of the team, rushed through the sewer, fighting off the hideous enemies they found there. When they emerged, they decided to try a desperate stratagem. They disguised themselves as the Ashen Mage's allies in an attempt to intimidate the Cheesemonger and his guards. Little did they know, Fahima had already attempted her own bluff, claiming to be the Ashen Mage's apprentice, here to check up on the Cheesemonger. Luckily, the guard stationed outside Fahima's door was the same man they had met in the bar, still under the effects of the suggestion spell. Since Fahima was dressed as a gardener, he was all too happy to let her go, just to be nice. As Fahima snuck downstairs, she saw the Ashen Mage emerge from the basement, striding directly out of another of her runic teleportation circles. Still manacled and inhibited by an anti-magic collar, Fahima nevertheless chose to do something bold. Knowing the Ashen Mage was in the Cheesemonger's mansion, she rushed into the closing portal and teleported back into the Ashen Mage's lair. Free to search about, Fahima beelined to the Ashen Mage's study, where she found several leather-bound files and an unguarded magical belt she knew to be quite powerful. Meanwhile, with the Ashen Mage searching for Fahima inside the mansion, the rest of the team's plan to impersonate her was destined to fail. seeing the Ashen Mage and the Cheesemonger stride downstairs toward them, they did the only thing they could do. They fled, dashing back into the reservoir and down into the sewer, unaware of what might be taking place inside the mansion behind them. As we ended last week, the Heroes of Bingle were still divided. Fahima waited inside the magical darkness for the Ashen Mage to reopen the portal to her lair, while the rest of the team was exposed and vulnerable in High Strana. All of them had made brash choices, and they were about to reckon with the consequences. And that is where we will pick up tonight. So we're back, everybody. Earphones back on. And I think what we're going to do is we are going to start with Fahima by herself. So we will see the rest of the Heroes of Bingle very shortly, but we will pick up our story with Fahima alone. So everybody else, stay by your phones because I will text you when you are ready.
Jeff, I just want to let you know that the community in chat while you were talking and yapping away has come to agree that your voice, if it was an ice cream flavor, would be vanilla silk. So just want to let you know.
Oh, I'll take it. I'll take
Wow.
it. I will take it.
Okay.
We got a bunch of potatoes, by the way, while I was doing that. I want to thank just extraordinary a number of them. 4 gold potatoes, one from Nomad PG, one from Bilbo Cragans, excuse me, one from Pumanki, one from 20 Mask 6603.
Nice.
Incredible. Thank you for all those. And
Very
2
cool.
evil yams as well.
Yeah.
Of course.
One from Bilbo Cragans
Whoa,
and one
Bilbo!
from Shiny 8-Bit Boo.
Amazing. I feel like Bilbo, I think I heard it's Bilbo's first live show. And if I'm right about that, congratulations. We're
Wow.
happy to have
Wow,
this.
incredible.
Hey, welcome.
Well, Team Force of Good right now is crushing it, 78%. Team Force of Evil, 22%. But as we know, Team Force of Evil likes to bide their time. And
Yeah,
wait in
they're
the wings.
second
Tricky
half
bunch.
offense.
Second half offense, indeed.
Okay.
All right. So we will see. Oh, Bravo just jumped in with another yam.
Oh,
thank you, Bravo.
Ooh,
Thank you,
thank
Bravo.
you.
Thank you. You guys are extraordinarily generous. It's very, very
Thank
much
you.
appreciated. All right. Heroes of Bingo, we will see you shortly.
Bye,
Fahima.
Jess.
Bye. Good
Bye,
luck.
Jess. Love you.
Have fun.
Don't die!
Have fun storming the castle.
It is a secret room where it is just 2 of us. All right, Jessica, welcome to the show. When last we saw you, you were waiting in magical darkness. Fahima was squished up in a corner in the back of a tunnel where she knew this runic teleportation portal was. And you were in complete magical darkness, which means even your dark vision did not give you any insight into what was around you. You would have to step out of the magical darkness to see anything. But you were waiting there for the moment when that portal opened and the Ashen Mage would return to her lair.
Yes.
So you wait.
Mm-hmm.
And you wait. And you wait. And it seems an interminable, just absolutely brutal amount of time. You have no sense of how long you've been waiting, but it is absolutely nerve-wracking to stand there and be on edge and let the time tick by in complete blackness. And you're extending your senses, trying to be able to move as soon as you sense that portal opening. And then you start to sense the air changing around you. The first thing you notice is the smell. You hear a bit of a crackle as that fabric of reality starts to break right next to you. And then you hear it, movement, a body coming through into that darkness. You feel it almost graze your shoulder as you press yourself back up against that soil, that naked dirt, that tunnel that you are in this underground lair. And you try to hold your breath. And then you feel that presence, whatever it was, pass by you. You don't see anything in this magical darkness, but there's a split second when it is there and then it is past you. What would you like to do?
I go
Through the portal?
through the portal.
All right, you step in and you feel that compression, that sense of moving your molecules through a place in space and time. And again, you smell that basement, that musty mansion basement, and you are back in regular darkness where your dark vision can actually perceive that the basement of the Cheesemonger's mansion where you had found that portal before. You are back there.
Okay, is there anybody in the room?
Roll me a perception check. You have advantage from Drew from IT, but it is countered by your past decision. Ooh, what a name!
Oh,
What a name!
oh,
I
that
love
hits. That hit. That cuts deep. Ah, okay. 15.
Okay, so you look around very quickly and you are pretty confident there's no one down here in the basement with you. You're alone. There are stairs around a corner in front of you from your recollection.
Okay, I'd like to investigate this room first to see if there's anything of interest in here.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check. You have advantage from Guy Vox, countered by your past decision.
Ah, drat. Okay. Math 24.
24. Okay, so you do a very thorough check of this basement area, being careful to be quiet but be very observant. And you're able to make some, I mean, I should mention, you still have your magical collar around your neck. You still have your arms bound behind you. So you're not really using your hands to make these investigations. You're doing it all visually, walking around, hands bound behind your back.
And on me, I
shackles.
have the dagger, the Urtenfurt, and the Tig file, and
Did you
the
take
belt.
the Vargan file as well? Did you take all three that you had found?
I was only allowed 2, if I recall
Oh, okay,
correctly.
okay, right, okay. So
Because
you
of
have
the hands.
you have the Urtenfurt file and the Tig file, the knife and the belt.
Yes.
Yes. So you're, it's not easy to carry all these things. You're in a very compromised position with your hands shackled behind your back, but you're able to wander around, use your dark vision, and make some determinations about this basement area. It's definitely used for some sort of storage of things down here. And I think the strangest bit that you're able to determine is that there is one of the far walls in the basement doesn't look like it was part of the original structure. It doesn't look like it was. It looks like a different kind of wall than the rest of the basement walls. It looks maybe thicker, sturdier. It looks like it has made of different material. It's strange to you.
I'd like to inspect that a little bit more closely. Is there anything in this room before I do that that I could potentially use to hack these this neck brace off?
I think, there's some crates and barrels of things that you would assume are supplies for the running of a mansion. Probably casks of wine, probably various. Nothing that you would think of that would be able to break these shackles or this neck brace.
No kind of metal shard that I could rip off and kind of.
I mean, it would be very difficult. Of course, there are sort of brackets on some of these metal brackets on some of these crates, but I think you would have a very difficult time, especially with your hands the way they are, trying to do that.
Yeah, it'd be noisy too. Okay, I will further investigate this wall.
So it's clear
Touch
to you
it.
that this wall is very thick.
Well,
yeah,
like,
you can't
I
touch it.
can't
with your
touch it like
hands
that.
out. Yeah, but I mean, even backing up, right? Backing up towards it, running your hands along it, even running your shoulder and your sort of, even your cheek along it. It seems to be very, very thick, and I think you could probably even, based on how cold it is and how, it seems to be made of some sort of cement, but you suspect that there might be something even more sturdy in it, like maybe even metal there.
The wall is perhaps made out of metal. It's just covered.
It has like
as
it may
facade.
have a layer in that. I mean, bumping up against it, it makes such a dull thud that it is clearly a very, very thick wall.
Okay. So pressing my cheek on it, I would have listened, and I can't hear anything through it.
Correct.
Okay. Are there any seams or any kind of? I guess I'll be searching for kind of mystery clue house style, like a little latch that'll open up a secret door.
Yeah, I mean, with a 24 investigation, you are certain that there is nothing like that. It seems to you like you have found like a vault or a safe. That's what, somebody built a vault in their basement, basically.
Okay, I'm trying to recall the map. But this is in the basement, so we didn't have a map of the basement.
That's right.
Is there any other way out of this room other than the staircase that I came from?
No. Well, actually, that's not true. There are two staircases, but they're facing each other. You remember from the map? There are two staircases, but they're basically leading to the same place.
Okay. All right, I'm going to very stealthily work my way up the stairs and check if the coast is clear to try to make my way out of this house.
Okay, so I must say we have 3 gold potatoes that just dropped. Hadrian X,
Wow.
Dusky, and Braba bringing the gold potato action. Thank you so much. Incredibly generous. Huge. I mean, another casserole, which brings Team Force of Good to 84%. And Team Force of Evil at 16%. So Force of Good crushing it right now, just crushing it. We appreciate the support, everybody. Thank you. All right. So you creep your way up. Roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
You have advantage on that roll from Hadrian X.
Oh, thank God. Oh, 2 16s plus plus 1. 17.
All right. So you're fairly confident that you're being very quiet. Again, hands behind your back, neck in this rather thick metal collar, and you are walking up the stairs. As you get to the top, you hear the sounds of what could be a conversation happening up there.
Okay, I'll listen.
All right, roll me a perception check. You have advantage from Chafrikas.
Thank you, Chafrikas. 19.
All right, so you quiet yourself and you listen and you extend your perception outward as much as you can and lean forward as far to the top of the stairs as you dare to go. And you hear 2 voices talking back and forth. One you do not recognize, but the other is clearly the voice of the Cheesemonger. He had spoken to you when you were in captivity up in the room. You recognize his voice. The first voice you hear is not his, though. It is an unrecognizable voice. It says, "We have finished the sweep, sir. She's not on the property. We will flush them out. She will flush them out. What about the accomplice, Vlad de Flynn? He said he wanted to be nice to the gardeners. No matter how much we hurt him, he said he was having a good day. All the way until he died. We will check on the treasure then, as she instructed. If anything has happened to it, all of us will die. But I will make sure you go first and most painfully. Do you understand? Yeah. Yes, sir. And then you hear them sort of move away.
Not towards me. Okay. I'll keep sneaking my way up the stairs.
All right. You had it was 16 that you rolled on your stealth check, right?
Yes.
All right. I think we can go, if we like, to
Something like that.
We'll go to the map room in 1 second. Let me pull it up here. Map room window. Hang on. Oh. Close the map room. How did I do that? Hang on 1 second.
In the meantime, Fahima will
Oh, here it is.
check to see if the belt is reactive in any way.
Reactive? What do you mean by
Right,
that?
because don't you normally have to attune to items like this?
Yes.
I'm not sure what's entailed in attunement, but do I know that this needs to be attuned yet?
I think
If
you
it
would
does?
have. I think you wouldn't be able to determine that unless you studied it.
Okay.
But I think you sense that you can. You sense certainly some magical effect coming off of it.
Mhm.
All right, so you can go to the map room now. I think it's working. It did give me an error message.
I'm
That's
in
my
there and
only
it looks blank.
Looks blank. Okay. Oh, unable to read set data. Oh, let me refresh. It's going great so far.
This is a map of the mansion, right?
Yes, it should be.
Okay.
Hang on. Now you should see it.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Great.
Beautiful.
All right. So, Sean, we can check out that. And so you are here at the top of the stairs. As you arrive at the top of the stairs, you are struck by how quiet it seems up here. The last time you bolted from the statue in the upper left all the way to the room, seeing guard.
I think I'm losing you, Jeff. Oh, you're back.
What happened?
You froze. I didn't hear the last thing that you said. I don't know. Maybe it was just me.
No, it's probably me. So the last time you were up here, you were hiding behind the statue in the upper left, and you dashed to the stairs trying to avoid the guards that were walking back and forth. As you get to the top of the stairs now, trying to be as stealthy as possible, you are struck by the fact that you don't hear those guards moving in the same way you did last time. It seems like they have moved out of this area.
Okay, and no sign of the party.
Correct.
Am I able to get a sense of where that fortress sort of room that I just discovered, where another entrance to that might be in relation to where I am now?
In relationship to where you are now, actually, roll me a survival check.
Okay.
And we'll see how you do on that. You have advantage from Gateway Guy.
Thank you.
Countered by your past decision.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm sorry. What kind of check was that?
Survival.
Survival. That's a 7.
A 7. I mean, you know enough. You're aware enough to know that as you walk up the stairs, it was sort of to your right and behind you. But other than that, you're not really clear on. You kind of lose your bearings a bit as you climb up the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to tempt fate too much. I will start. Oof. Oh my god, how do I get out of this house? There's no guards anywhere that I can see?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
You have advantage from Drew Bonner music. Thank you, Drew Bonner. Countered by your past decision.
Thank you both. Oh, that was 2. 11.
Well, to your left, through those big glass front doors, you see the front doors at the bottom of the map there. Those gorgeous, big, beautiful glass doors. You definitely see a couple of guards still standing sentry in front of the house. In front of that, there's like a big statue there with opulence, right? This is a mansion in the most wealthy part of Olsvach, and there's a beautiful statue and topiary and a water feature, and there are 2 guards that seem to be stationed in front of that. They have not left, but you don't see any guards in front of you, whereas you had seen guards moving throughout the mansion in front of you, or like along these paths in front of the stairs and everything.
Okay, so it seems I need to find an alternate exit here if there's guards right outside of those doors. I will start to make my... I guess I can't see because the map is blacked out, but I do know that the party, we were thinking about trying to get in through the sewage system, which connected to this pond in the back, and then there was also talks of coming through the kitchen.
Right.
So I will start to make my way west towards the kitchen.
Now you should be able to move yourself.
Okay.
Just show me where you'd like to move. And
it's over here, right? The kitchen?
yeah, there you go. Okay. So we can see. Oop.
This is so scary.
Wait, hang on. Why am I not? Reveal areas, I said. Reveal areas. Oop. Oop. Nope. Why is that not working? Reveal. There we go. Reveal that. And you can probably see in here a bit. Hang on.
And this is just a ghost town over here, huh? No guards, no people?
So far, you haven't. As you get closer here, you do hear some sounds in the kitchen area.
Oh, I bet the kitchen has something I can break my shackles off with. Okay. I'm gonna keep sneaking around the corner and try to observe who's in the kitchen.
All right. So show me where you'd like to move. And you're still moving stealthily, right?
Yes, very stealthily.
All right. I think. So as you move around this corner, you get a view of this sort of pantry area here. And you can see into this area, and you see there's a cook standing, preparing food. There's the entrance out to the garden area where they go out and get herbs and all kinds of stuff and get deliveries on this side. You remember hearing that. There's definitely a cook right here that does not see you. She's going about her business.
Okay.
Doop-a-doo.
I'm gonna sneak into this pantry, just sort of bond my way in if I have to.
So you're gonna sprint over to the pantry?
Yeah, I'm gonna creep slowly.
Creep
so that I
slowly.
can remain stealthy. Yes, so I'll kind of move over here,
All right.
then up here.
So
and then
as you
hide
go in,
behind
I need
these.
you to roll me another stealth check.
Okay.
This one you have advantage from Nomad PG, countered
Thank
by
you.
your past decision. I love that name. It's great.
Every time I'm on the brink of saying thank you. Oh my god, that was so bad. Oh, that was so bad. Why your past decisions? Why? Oh no. Oh no. That was an 8.
An 8. Okay. All right. So as you move into this pantry, you bump up against this barrel that you are trying to hide behind, and it clangs and bounces. And you see the cook turn and walk 10 feet over, and she goes, "Hello? Gods? Gods!
no, please. And as she speaks, she's gonna flip the dagger out of her trousers and into her hands that are still tied behind her back. And it occurs to Fahima that she can. Well, how are her hands tied exactly? With what material?
They're shackled, metal shackles.
Oh, it is metal.
Yeah.
Okay. So she'll flip the dagger up, and to say no, please.
So your hands are behind you now. So you've got the dagger behind you. She clearly sees. This cook clearly sees now. If you're talking to her, she clearly sees someone in a collar and shackled hands.
Please, you don't have to do this. I mean you no harm.
God!
Please. Fahima's gonna
runs to the back of the thing, and you hear movement coming from down the hall behind you.
Okay, Fahima will sprint up towards this door here.
Okay.
And is there any kind of like fork or any? I have a dagger. It doesn't make a difference. Is there anything that I can?
I mean, there's
just
definitely
slam my neck on to get this anti-magic brace off of me.
I mean, what's in the kitchen is stuff that's in the kitchen. I mean, you could bang your head against something, but imagine, a metal brace around your neck. I don't think you'd be able to knock it off unless you knock yourself unconscious first, I think.
There's no
there's definitely
meat
utensils. There's all that. There's whatever you would find in a kitchen is available. I mean, there are knives and rolling pins and plates and cups and all kinds of stuff like that, but
okay, I'm gonna take just 5 seconds out of this and just try as hard as I can with the sharpest object I can find to just yank this brace off of my neck.
All right, so explain to me how that works, right? So you've got your hands behind you. What are you going to attempt to do here? I'm assuming very fast.
If there's a hook of any kind, I will attempt to hook it underneath the neck brace and just yank as hard as I can without, I mean, I will hurt myself if that's what it takes to get out of this brace.
Right.
I'm not gonna kill myself.
The closest thing you have, I mean, there are hook-like utensils, but they're not attached to anything, so you wouldn't be able to, pull on it. I mean, you may be able to find a clothes rack, where you would hang a jacket or something next to the door. That's about as close as you could do, but you'll take that off the wall before you take your collar off your neck.
Okay. Oh my god,
you're definitely hearing the sounds of guards moving down the hallway, coming rather rapidly.
Okay, I just make a break for it. I'm gonna sprint out of this door and just run as fast as I can out onto the lawn and try to make it to the pond.
Okay.
Because I believe that this entire property is gated in, right? Fenced in.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna make a break for it for the pond.
All right, as you run, we're gonna switch over to the rest of the Heroes of Bingle.
Okay.
So you take off and you dash, and you are sprinting as fast as you can as you hear boots and footsteps behind you coming rapidly. All right. So we will switch back to the Heroes of Bingle, who I don't think are even ready for me yet. All right. We're back. I don't think Jared was ready. He's clearly off doing something else. We're back
Scared.
with you guys. So where we left off last time was you were running.
Running for our lives.
You had gone through the sewer, and you had come up right next to the butler, Timofey, of the neighbor's mansion, who was waiting for you, expecting you to give him some sort of determination of what the reason the sewer was making strange noises was. Instead, he saw you come out of the sewer, running as fast as you can, weapons out, and screaming at him to be careful. He bolted inside to try to get more help, and you all kept running down toward the front gates of that mansion, and that's where we left off.
Yeah, Gerst Manor. Yes.
Gerst Manor. Yes. Gerst Vale.
We're outside front of that manor. Are the streets out there? Is it?
Okay, so what you perceive at this moment, as you are sprinting down this sort of sloping drive to get to the front area where you had come in again, Civ, you hear something that you have not heard in a long time. It is a low, resonant horn. This is a sound that you haven't heard since the days of the pestilence in Olsvach. It's
Oh my god. That's good memories. Good memories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It just keeps getting better and better.
This is the sound of lockdown. It supposedly only ever comes from High Prince Garen, but you know, and most people know, that it's really authorized by the Vetch. And what it means is everyone in Lostrana is to leave the streets and stay in their homes. And it means that the High Guard will be descending upon Lostrana. It is very, very bad.
Safe house. So, I'm awakened minding to everyone as we're running. Safe house, mouse hole, get us somewhere. Come on.
Yeah, I'm already doing that.
Yes, I'm following your lead.
So you guys are, sprinting. Whoa.
Yeah, and a while ago, and I'll go like, "What is that noise?"
It's a horn about the pestilence. It doesn't make any sense.
Keep moving. Come
It's an
on.
alarm,
It
right?
doesn't.
It's
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm
Wait.
saying I know
Yeah.
that, but Civ doesn't. So
Okay.
he's
Cool. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Um,
What about Fahima? What about Fahima?
We'll get
I agree. We should go to the mouse hole right now. Is it up here in Hystrana? Is there one here?
I'm
Civ?
just running
I'm
and
running after.
gesturing.
following.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Someone
as little
pick
as
me up.
possible.
I got you. And I'll pick her up and put her in the backpack.
Oh my
Gnome
God.
problems. Hashtag gnome problems.
All right. So
One quick question, Jeff.
Yes.
The mouse hole that is closest to us, is that going to fit all four of us?
Well, no. Generally speaking, they're like two-person spots.
Yeah,
These
that's what I was thinking. Okay.
You have a gnome, so you could probably fit two persons and a gnome,
Right.
but all four of you would be difficult. I mean, you
Right.
could try to,
No,
like
I have an
anything, you could fit
idea.
four people in a closet if you really
Yeah.
want to.
No, I have an idea. I just want to make sure that it's necessary. So
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, so I'm taking him to the mouse hole.
All right. So you indicate the direction to go, which is not directly back down to the palisade. It is, as we explained in the last episode, the vermin, when coming up over the palisade and into Hystrana, had dug these little hidey holes, these little places to kind of hide out and try to avoid the heat, so to speak, lay low.
If you will.
And there's a few of them, not a lot. There's a few of them in Hystrana, and they are positioned not close to one another particularly because they're, kind of strategically placed around the city. But there's enough to kind of get to them. You get to one. It is a relatively nondescript hole. You'd walk right by it if you didn't have Civ guiding you to it. The rest of you, again, there's the way you've seen before where you can hit a switch and slide down into these holes. Again, it works like that, much smaller scale. So the two that you've seen so far of these crash houses, they're much larger, full hideouts that have that entrance. This is literally just a hole, and Civ kicks something you don't even see hidden inside a bush, inside a topiary as he's running, and you see the part of the dirt sort of move backwards slightly. It doesn't even look like there's much room to go, but Civ slides on the ground and zips down into it. And it's dark down there. It's kind of beneath a bush in this grove of trees off the beaten path.
Well, I would stop and point at the hole so that they don't miss it or anything.
Okay.
So I'll get them in.
I'll go,
first.
Lily. Go.
You go, James.
We're all you James, go.
Okay. All right.
We don't have time to debate. Go.
I'll dive in. I'll dive in. Yes.
I'll go. Is it, Jeff? Is it clear? Not everyone's gonna fit.
I think that's pretty clear. Yeah, I think you notice it's very small. It's not clear to you how big it is inside, but it sure doesn't look like the previous ones you've done. You know, it looks smaller.
I have a plan, my friend. You can go. Just go.
You tell
Protect
me plan. You tell me plan.
I'm taking out makeup and I'm smearing it on my face to make me look like I have the pestilence.
Okay.
While I'm gesturing.
I need an hour for a short rest, and I'll send. I'm out.
You'll
until
get
then.
an hour. You'll get an hour. Just go, please,
Okay.
all of you.
Yes.
I promise it will be fine.
What is your plan?
That sound is constantly reverberating all around you.
Just get somewhere safe.
I will. I need to warn my friends. Please,
Yes,
just
yes.
get in the hole.
I love you.
I will be safe. I will be careful.
This is
You
like
better, or
splitting
I'm
the
gonna
party
come
and then
after
splitting
you.
the party again, which is double bad.
And then I'll go jump some.
All right.
I'm on
I'm
Ugo's
gonna-
backpack as I'm yelling that to Sid. Oh, just. Okay.
I'm gonna blow Lily a kiss as she gets sucked into the hole.
All right. We got a gold potato from JD Illustrates. Thank you, JD Illustrates. You're the best.
Thank you.
We love you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so Lily, the experience you have is, you go down and immediately Civ does whatever he does to operate this mechanism, and that cover goes, and the three of you are cramped. Ugo is a pretty large guy. I mean, medium sized, but still pretty broad and barrel chested. It's a little cramped in here, especially with a gnome attached to his back. James, Ugo, Lily, you're all cramped in there. It's dark. James, you don't see anything. It's super dark in there. You can feel the edges of this area, and it's clear that there is some material made for comfort. There does seem to be, you can kind of bump into torches that are in here. There's even some, there's like a lockbox almost that it seems like might have some materials meant for staying in here over a prolonged period of time. But mostly it's bare and dark.
Can we hear the alarms still from within?
Yeah, definitely through the top. Whoa. I mean, it's like modern day would be like a bomb siren, in a city. It's
air raid
really
siren.
disturbing and really clear that it's meant to alert an entire city, not just like where you are.
It's
slow
the
morning.
horn of Gondor.
Or it's or tornado alarms if you're from the Midwest.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, it
Those
is
are-
a non-trademarked thing, Jared.
I am, as we are finally getting a moment. I'm honestly like chest to chest with Ugo. I'm just like touching and touching him and
This might be a bad time, but my nose itches.
Are you? We're
Where
alive.
are you two?
We're alive. Are you unhurt? Are you?
I'm fine. Are you okay?
Somehow I think so. Somehow I don't know. We should be dead right now. Are you?
Yeah.
Lily,
Now,
are you
first time.
okay? Lily,
I'm
are you?
okay.
Okay.
We're all here.
Okay.
And yes, I mean, there's been lots of times where honestly, maybe we should have been dead based on our choices. And
I
this
was-
is not an exception. But
I was running across the backyard expecting a spell or an arrow or something to
Yeah.
just hit me in the
James,
back, and
James,
okay, I'm sorry.
James.
I'm sorry.
James.
no, I'll reach my hands around Ugo and try to reach you. I'm not sure I will be able to.
Ugo will assist and pull James closer.
Thank you.
James,
Yes.
Hey,
Ando Queen is with us. We are fine.
look
We're
at
not
us. Ugo's here. I'm here. Civ says he has a plan, which means he's gonna try and find Fahima. I think. If we don't hear from him within the next hour or so, we'll have to make our own plan.
Well, he said he was going to go to talk to the vermin, and the vermin were worried that if the cheesemonger found out that they were involved, that the cheesemonger would kill all the young thieves in the town. So that's I think what possibly is on his mind.
Yes, I think there's a lot. I just, all we know is the three of us are here and are okay, and we should try and rest up so we can be as helpful as possible once we can.
They
Out of this.
can you see anything? I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah, Jeff, is there like any way to like?
You said there was a torch, right?
Yeah, there's a torch. On
Could
the
we light
ground.
it without burning ourselves?
It would be tough with 3 of you in here. I think it would be difficult with 3 of you in here. Yeah.
I
It's
be
fine.
your eyes for you. What do you want to know?
I'm comfortable enough in the dark. It's fine.
I'll go. You
What to
can
say you jump in that all the time.
True.
you can reach up and feel that you could physically move the lid of this thing if you needed to. Clearly, there was some mechanism by which it does it automatically that Civ used, but you could physically do it if you needed to.
But they
Yeah, I'm
don't
not
have.
stuck in here.
We know something else. We know you said they don't have Fahima. Listen, remember what the Ashen Mage said to us. This was the first thing she said. Where is Fahima? They don't have her.
Which is why I am much better than I normally am, despite realizing that I am face to face and in a very tight place with you.
It's okay. It's all right.
I think we all need to remember to breathe.
I don't
Myself
breathe.
included, because it's going to get real claustrophobic in here real fast if we don't.
Right.
Jeff, could I reach in a pack and grab one of the candles
Sure.
for the candle queen?
Yeah.
So I'll hold it like right in front of us and like, this is probably a good idea anyway. And I'll strike with my tinderbox and try to light the candle, so James can get a little sight and I can get a little freedom and feeling better about things.
Yeah. So you strike it, and James, the thing you immediately see in this pitch darkness is this warm candlelit glow of this green orc face, tusks, and then this smaller gnomish face right behind it. And that's, you guys see this sort of warm glow illuminating this very small space. It's like a hidey hole, right? And there is
Like a
little
large closet.
large closet. Perfect description. Yeah.
Okay.
Dug into the
Blame.
ground, basically.
Kind of like the booth I'm in right now.
Hey, I want to say we got a gold potato from Just Jules. Thank you, Just Jules.
Just Jules.
This is gold. I mean, the team force of good, 85% right now, just crushing
Wow.
it.
Blame is freedom from the dark.
Are you all right?
Candle queen is with me.
Just breathe.
I am fine.
Gentlemen, I know this is a hard request, but I think we should try and take a short rest if we can.
Yeah. All of my ideas. My brain has been running 1,000 miles a minute, and all of them need at least a short rest.
Yes.
I can cast Sending to Fahima. I can cast Sending to Civ. Something is very clear to me that I think we underestimated how close the Cheesemonger and the Ashen Mage are. I mean, if Fahima told him that she was the Ashen Mage's apprentice or whatever it was that she said to us, then he right away picked up the phone, so to speak,
Picked up the portal.
and right away she showed up.
Yeah, well, we knew that was a possibility, and we just hoped it wasn't, and it didn't work out in our favor.
I know,
I did say that.
but I think the fact that we're alive, that we're here right now, tells me that the Ashen Mage's focus is still on Fahima.
Right. Which is why I think I'm scared for her the most.
Yeah.
I am
Us
scared for
panicking.
Civ the most.
Civ's in familiar territory. I'm scared for him too, but I know
I'm
what you
scared
mean.
for all of us, honestly, but I guess I'm just saying the more we can keep a level head about this, the more we're going to be able to make decisions that aren't going to get us in trouble again.
Jeff, what
I-
time is it outside?
You remember you went early to the mansion. It's been several hours of stuff happening since then, so I'm thinking it's probably around 2 o'clock, something like that.
All this before lunch? I mean,
Is anyone else hungry?
You stay here until nighttime?
good. We'll see. We'll
Please
see.
don't tell me we have to stay here until nighttime.
Okay, we will
I'm
do everything.
holding together, but don't know how long to stay this way.
Well,
Maybe
Uncle,
we-
if Civ doesn't come back in the next few hours, I think we're going to have to make an alternative plan.
Maybe we can get back to Moved's beds tonight. I don't know.
Perhaps.
Luckily, I am familiar with moving in places without people seeing you when you are trying to take them by force.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All
I
right.
can always disguise self if I need to go out for a little bit.
Good. Okay.
But for
All
now,
right, so the three of you try to get as comfortable as you can, and
Yeah, I'll like
Lucas-
lean my head on Ugo's chest and just try to breathe.
yeah. And you try to get some rest and calm and allow your mind to recuperate and get your spell slots back. Ugo, I don't know if there's room to do push-ups, but I don't know if you're injured.
Vertical push-ups?
Well,
I am a
push-ups.
little injured, but it's not bad. So
I mean, I would allow you to roll your hit dice if you like. This will count as an official short rest. Meanwhile, Civ, you are doing what exactly?
So I'm breaking out my disguise kit, taking out my makeup, and if I hear a horn that's saying lockdown and pestilence, my first thought is, well, they're not going to mess with me if I show the first signs of the plague. So I take out my makeup kit and I start smearing little black dots in my fur.
Okay.
And then I'll prick my finger and dot blood underneath the black dots to make it look like those are the open wounds and that's the blood coming down.
Okay.
I don't think I'll need to switch out of my gardener's outfit, but question for you, is there a tunic or a cloak of a certain color that I could put on out of my disguise kit to pass as a guard from a ways away?
I mean, in order to pass as a Hystrana guard, you would probably need to have some pretty expensive looking armor.
Right.
But you could try to, from a ways away, you could try to put on something light colored, and hope that.
Or a political official or somebody that would still be able to walk around during the alarm going off.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could swap out a color of scarf and try to pass that way. I think your disguise kit is not going to look on close inspection would not look as expensive enough to pass.
That's where the plague comes in.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So you can do that. And where are you headed?
So if I know the layout of the city, and we're in Hystrana, and I want to get back to the Vermin's hideout, would it be more of a direct path to go back the way I came and climb back over the wall where it was at, or would it make more sense to take a different path through Hystrana to get there? Because I know where we snuck over the wall was kind of a ways away from their hideout, so I'm wondering if there's a better spot for me to make that crossing.
You definitely could get there by going. So Hystrana is built, up on this hill, and as it itself is kind of a series of, it's almost like San Francisco, I imagine, it's like, it's almost like a series of escalating plateaus itself. And so
I'm just going to take the trolley.
San Francisco's offended.
I'm just going to take the trolley there. I mean, why am I even bothering?
Maybe that was a bad comparison, but I'm thinking of like a hike.
So Low Strana is like Oakland, and High Strana is San Francisco.
Don't insult. I'm East Bay, baby. Don't insult Oaktown.
Okay.
No, I was thinking of if you've ever hiked Coit Tower, it like works like that. Anyway, the pertinent information is that yes, you could go a different way. Navigating those, sort of switchback rolling hills that would probably give you more cover and also get you back to the palisade in a more direct route from where you are now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have the street urchin ability, and this is also my hometown. So I would rather take the path that has more cover that I can cut that time down in half than running out in the open. So that'll be the path that I take. Okay. After I finish my disguise. And then I'll write a teeny tiny little note that just says, warning vermin, and then I'll be back. And then I'll pass that note down into the hole right before I leave.
Warning vermin, I'll be back, giving it to your teammates.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. So you guys see that in the candle glow, you see that.
Where's this piece of paper? Oh, it says, I can read it. It says, warning. Don't know that word.
I'm
Vermin.
right behind him, so I can help him sound
warning
it out.
rats.
Vermin.
Will return.
Good.
Okay. All right.
Looks like
Right.
cat signature.
So Civ, as you move through the city, are you attempting to be stealthy, or are you kind of being out in the open so that people see you as a sick person?
I don't want to be seen as a sick person until the last possible minute. The sick
Okay.
person is the backup plan to the backup plan. So
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
roll me a stealth check now. You have advantage from the pack Northwest All-Star, countered
Nice.
by Changebox.
No crit. No fail.
Well, with my lovely new golden dice, I rolled an 18 plus my lots of stealthness, plus 13, so 31.
All right. So as you're moving very quietly through the city, you start to hear the sound of guards repositioning, moving in the same direction you're moving. You're being very quiet and very aware of your surroundings, and there seems to be a lot of movement of guards. And this is not something that surprises you because the horn still going, and really what that indicates is Lostrana is about to be occupied, right? So why don't you join me in the map room?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
It's just what I wanted to hear.
And we can check out what you see in front of you. So this is the city in all its multi-tiered glory.
Wow.
As you see, you're in the upper right there.
I do,
And there are, these sort of switchback pathways that lead down as you get closer and closer to the palisade. This opulent city obviously it's beautiful, it's lush. These are very nice buildings. We're not in the sort of mansions area. This is a more merchant district, or this isn't where you've departed a bit from the residential area where the large mansions of the Cheesemonger and Gerspale are. But you definitely hear and see a number of guards moving down, moving around, moving forward through this area. I don't know if you can see them around, but there are pairs and groupings of them. So if you would like to try to navigate this stretch, you're more than welcome to.
Sure. So first thing I'm going to do is create a distraction. So I'm going to take out my bottle of cheap booze, take out a rag, dip the rag in the cheap booze, then flip it around and light it, and then either throw it at those barrels that are just south of me, or if that's too far for me to get to, I'll just, that works, to create a fire. And then I'm going to veer around to the east. Do you want me to start moving my dude?
Sure. So as you throw the bottle, it shatters, and you see the fire catches on the barrels. Immediately, this guard moves around and starts to investigate that area. This guard starts moving forward as well, trying to look and see what may have caused this fire. They're both moving in this direction.
Great.
Where are you headed?
Trying to select my dude.
You having a problem again with that? I feel like we had the problem last time.
Yeah, I thought I fixed it.
Do you have a different username, maybe?
No, I'm in. I'm in this time, but I can't select my guy for some reason.
It says
there
you're
we go.
controlling
There we
it.
go.
You got it?
1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4. Hold on. Can I double move?
Well, these guys are going to get to here by the time, after your first move. These guys will get here looking at the fire.
Can I
going to
use my cunning action dash, though?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. 5,
Go for it.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, so while they're dealing with that fire, I'd like to just run around this building and then beeline it straight south. I'll even jump flip over those barrels that are straight south of me.
Oh, you mean these crates here?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Roll me an acrobatics check. You have advantage from Beaker Par, countered by Changebox.
Change box. On my cool dice. cool new dice. I got a 12 plus 13 is a 25.
All right, so you're able to run and do a flip looking down at those crates as you go. Legs splayed, tail extended, graceful and elegant. You land on your paws, on your boots, no problem. These guys are, this one is continuing to move around here, trying to find out why this thing just caught on fire. These guys are very much alerted. You see him walk to the edge here and call down to these two, who are now also alerted and kind of spreading out and looking, trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Are they using the same general commands that I remember from back when I lived here, a year or so ago? Is it the same general, you know?
Absolutely.
Okay. Then as a no, actually, none of them are near me, so I don't really need to give away my position yet. No, I'm good. Never mind. I was gonna try to create another distraction, but I don't think I need to. Does it seem like everything is more or less already in lockdown when I'm looking around, or is there anybody out besides me and the guards?
Yes, certainly Heistrana has become a bit of a ghost town other than guards, but the guards themselves look like they were headed south toward, it's east, it's west here on our map, but it'd be south toward the palisade.
Okay, but I don't see any regular folk.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm just gonna keep heading south.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's confusing. This map is turned just because it's a landscape mode. So it gets lower and lower as you go to the left of the screen, west on this map. But that's actually south.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
So
I know
I was heading east.
Yes,
okay.
I apologize. I should have made that clear. Yeah,
So
I just rotated the map because it's better for our image picture.
Got it. So I need to head left.
Correct. Sorry, I should have been more clear about that. I'm sorry.
No worries.
My bad.
No worries. I only got one guard in my way. I'm doing. Oh no, I have a bunch of guards in my way.
Do you see how the paths kind of wind lower in elevation as you get farther to the left?
Well, terrain is not my concern.
No, I'm just saying that's what it like slopes down until you get to the palisade and then drops off.
Yeah. Okay. No worries. So here's what I'm gonna do then. I will continue heading. What would that be? East. And I'm gonna take cover 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna take cover in here.
Okay.
And can I hear them still yelling? Can I still hear?
No, I mean, this guy basically walked to the edge. This guy at the top here on the west side. He basically watched and called down. You see how this is like there are these levels down, number of levels down. He basically called down to these guys and then kept moving, looking. I mean, none of these guards thinks that these barrels spontaneously combusted. They definitely think there's something amiss.
Sure.
So they are on high alert, looking, trying to find you.
Great. Sounds fine to me. So I am going to take out, instead of actually looking myself, I'm going to take out Mr. Whispers and I'm going to let him take the high ground, and I'll close my eyes and focus so that I can pinpoint exactly where the guards are on the map.
Okay.
So that I'm not metagaming the fact that I can actually see the guards on the map. I actually know where they're at.
Yeah.
For all of you playing at home. And then I'll have Mr. Whispers come back now that I know where they're at. And then I will shink my claws out, and I will scale 5, 10, 15, 20 around to this side. And then I'm just going to hang there in stealth mode until this guy gives me a moment to make a break for it.
All right, he's walking up and around. He's climbing this walkway here, kind of moves up in elevation as it switches back. He's going up to check out, to come up to his buddy. These guys are still looking for you, calling out. This guy is staying looking, but he's going to continue to move, giving you an opportunity here.
Great. And as soon as he gets to about there, I will jump onto this wall, and I will parkour across to this wall and then I'm going to drop down into this foliage behind that wall, and I'm going to hang out there and breathe for a second.
All right, give me another acrobatics check just to see how well it goes. You have advantage from Hadrian X, countered by Gorbin Played.
Do I get a bonus if I say parkour as I'm jumping?
That's how it works. Parkour, parkour.
Parkour.
Nothing comes off guards like the word parkour.
That's an 18.
All right, so you parkour out of this thing, flipping and jumping and moving quietly, elegantly, your tail and arms extended, touching only with one hand on the wall, flipping over it. It's amazing to behold.
Very fancy.
And nobody
Which no
sees
one is.
No one, yeah, no one is.
Parkour.
Parkour, because he's a cat man.
There you go.
Boy.
Now,
Well done, Katie.
quick logistics question. This wall that I'm right along right here, it looks like a raised area. Is there a way to get underneath that, or do I have to go over the top?
No, it's a full, almost like the corner of a castle. You know, it's like
a palisade or whatever.
Yeah.
They have a specific name. I'm sure
They
somebody
do
in
have a
chat.
specific name. I think it begins with a C. Yeah, parapet. Like I said, it begins with a C.
Okay. Yeah. How deep is that water? Do I know
Not
how deep that
deep.
water is?
It's not deep. It's
like
a
fountain.
water. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
They're for prettiness only.
Are these figures over here, are they all guards?
Everyone you see on the map is a guard.
Okay.
Every character on the map, and they're all moving around looking for you. This guy's kind of moving down here and shouting down to these guys. Everybody knows that there was a fire that just happened out of nothing, out of nowhere, and so they're trying to figure out what's going on. They had been moving left on the map, south toward the palisade, but now they are attempting to figure out what's going on.
Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna have to bide my time. I'm gonna hide there. I'm gonna release Mr. Whispers, focus on him so I can see through his eyes, and I'm gonna wait for an opening, because if I try to run through all three of them, I'm gonna have to fight at least one of them.
All right. Back in the hidey hole, are you guys just kind of chilling and anything that you need to do?
You heard those screams, right? Did that sound like Vladiflin to you also? This coming from upstairs when we were in there?
Oh yeah, that was definitely someone getting tortured.
Right, but it sounded like the guard from the pub.
Yeah, I would notice that voice anywhere.
Okay.
I punched him. Know his voice.
That means they figured something out. They figured something. They could tell he was suggested or something. I'm not sure. But if he's alive, he possibly could be an ally, maybe. If we could
I don't know if he will be alive after today.
Yeah.
If he's even now.
Right.
Shadow Queen, if he is gone, make sure he sees his way through the dark.
Whatever that item.
We put him in danger.
Say again, Lily?
I feel terrible that we put him in danger.
I know, but yeah. We're dealing with ruthless people.
Yes. I hope Civ comes back soon, and I hope we find Fahima.
This may sound crazy, but I'm more determined than ever to get that item out of that house.
I just don't know
I
how
am
we're gonna get back
determined
in
to.
there.
I know.
Move the fetch.
This town has enough problems that whatever the Ashen Mage and the Cheesemonger are up to needs to be stopped. That's kind of what I'm standing here thinking, but
Yes.
whatever. And I think if she's that willing to come that fast to his beck and call, that means that whatever they're doing is important to her. And that means we can hurt her. That means we can make a difference here. We could do something.
Yes, but she's also very powerful, so we need to be careful before we go in there again, because
Of course.
I think what killed us this last time was we were overly confident.
Right. If she's still here, maybe we can draw her away somehow. Maybe the vermin can help us draw her away.
Maybe. I don't know what the full protocol is for the lockdown.
Hey, Jeff, I'm gonna try to like crack just a little to see, just a small amount to see if I can see what's going out and if there's anybody right around. Yeah, I don't know why this was like.
I love that visual. Just putting your fingers
You're gonna
on
use
your eyes.
you're gonna use your peepers to do some peeping.
I'm hoping to get advantage on my perception.
Well, you're using more of your eye, so of course you would.
Thanks. No,
all right,
thank
roll
you.
Me, roll me a
And you won't hear the
perception check.
sound of him blinking because they're being held open.
Yeah, I'm going extra stealth.
Yeah.
No blinking. By the way, we got another golden potato from JD Illustrates. Thank you,
Oh
JD.
my
Hey.
goodness.
You're amazing.
Advantage or no?
Me.
You indeed do have advantage, but it is countered. You have advantage from Sitar, countered by Alpha 2789.
Ooh.
Plus perception to 22.
Okay, so you push the kind of lid of this little contraption up, and you poke your head out, and you look around and listen as well. That horn is still going. That whoa.
It's just nonstop.
It has been for a number of
Wow.
minutes. I mean, you guys are,
Yikes.
yeah. It's not subtle. It's not brief. It is disturbing.
Bad
And
things are happening.
yeah. And Ugo, how long are you going to look?
I'm mostly just looking around to see. I know we're in kind of like a bush, but I'm trying to see how much movement there is in Hystrana. Like how many people
Right.
are out and about right now.
Well, yes, you're correct in saying that you are kind of off the beaten path a bit, which is how this thing exists here at all anyway, because if you wouldn't just like dig a hole in the middle of the road.
Right.
So you're off the beaten path a bit, but you wait and you look, and it is eerily quiet other than the awful horn sound. It is eerily quiet. And then far in the distance, you definitely see some boots. It looks like guards moving south.
Towards
Towards the palace, toward the
Olsvach.
wall. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's all I need to see, and then I'll come back down.
Okay.
What
Troops
did you
was-
say?
movement.
What?
Troops moving to Lostrana.
People are listening. The Cheesemonger is very important to Hystrana, I guess, even more so than we thought. If he was able to mobilize the guard like this and get that horn blowing immediately upon his command.
He's very powerful.
Yes, but we thought he was something of an outsider up here. That maybe whatever the Ashen Mage gave him some sort of advantage with them. But
Well,
Yes.
that is what they said.
yes,
They
it's
said
true.
he came from low to high, and that never happens.
And now it's like he runs the town.
Clearly.
I will also take some time with you both to craft the message to Fahima. I want to make sure that all 25 words are well spent.
All right. As you guys work on that, Jared, we are back. You've been waiting and waiting and waiting. This horn is reverberating. There's minutes and minutes and minutes pass, and eventually the horn sort of dies out. You can hear the echoes of it reverberate, but it has been a solid 40 minutes, 45 minutes of this alert being rung out through
And
Through
these,
all of
these
Olsvach.
guys aren't clearing out. This is where they've been positioned.
No, at a certain point, they haven't found you. You've been waiting there. They start moving their way down toward, as they were headed, they start moving their way down toward the palisade again, toward the wall. And there is some reluctance. You see, you're able to observe them pretty easily from where you are, especially through the eyes of Mr. Whispers. You're familiar. And there's some reluctance from a couple of them to leave this area because clearly there is some disturbance. Hystrana, a fire catching in Lostrana might be a Tuesday.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say, most of them, that's how they keep warm, is just setting
Exactly.
barrels on fire.
Exactly. Here, that is a problem that even if the alarm wasn't going off, would be considered a very big problem in Hystrana, right? That is,
Right.
that the HSA would be very upset. So there's some reluctance of these guys to leave the premises without finding anything. And you see there's even some discussion between them of whether we should keep moving. But clearly their orders are to move and occupy Low Strana. So you see them start to move out as you wait. Some get closer to you, but none really looks where you are. And eventually you see them all sort of move, down toward this lower area and head down toward where the palisade is.
And these guys are all heavily armed and armored. None of them are. Okay.
Yeah, there are a couple of. Well, I shouldn't say that. There are a couple of spellcasters. There's I think you see there's at least 2 spellcasters or 1 spellcaster. Where are my spellcasters? Here's the spellcaster. There's 1 mage guard there. I think I had another one over here.
Bottom left-hand corner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the one I was most concerned about.
Yes.
So I'm glad I didn't charge that person.
Yeah. These are the spellcaster guards. So they are not in as heavy, scale armor as the other guards are, but clearly still weaponized.
Right. Do I know? Just out of curiosity, do I know if the vermin would scatter when the horn gets blown, or would they all hide in the mouse hole? Am I on a fool's errand is what I'm asking.
I think it's pretty safe to say that you would expect some of them to be in the mouse hole.
Right. Not all of them, but some of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of them would not congregate some of them would not be next to one another because you don't know if they know the reason for it, and if it is the pestilence, people don't want to be in the same room with one another. You don't know what the reason is. I mean, you don't know if they know what the reason is. So
right. I was just asking if there's like a general protocol that the vermin usually do.
Well, the thing is, you haven't heard this sound in years, like since you were a kid, you know? Since the days of like, we're locking it down and we're going through and we're literally forcibly removing people from their homes that have any sign of the pestilence and probably taking them and executing them.
Right.
Like, that's what this means, is like the vetch, the High Prince, but the vetch have decided that it's unsafe, and so we're going to make it safe again by any means necessary.
Yeah. I'm still in High Strana, right? I haven't even gotten into Low Strana yet.
That's right.
Okay. I will wait until it is clear to jump from 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Hey, Ron, how far can I jump with athletics?
It's your strength.
Yeah, that's not going to clear it. All right. Then I will just... once they clear out, I will scale over the top of this and then drop down into that area right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll sneak to that spot. And do I see that mage you just moved by 5 feet?
Yes, I think you still see a couple of them lingering. This mage. This mage is kind of off, but you definitely see 1 or 2 sort of lingering and unwilling to completely move off. I think I have one. But a number of them have moved out of this area, and these guys are.
Then I'll go to here. I will toss a stone into the far end of that pool.
Okay.
So that it makes the little blunk sound. Yep. And then I will head back to that area to see if that mage that you just moved the 5 feet falls for that or not.
She absolutely moves to here and looks and calls out, calling this one, moving backward. This guy calls out. This guy kind of stays and lingers. This guy moving closer, and she's
but they're focused on that direction, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's when I'm going to make my move. And if I can squeeze into this foliage right here, that's where I want to essentially jump across the street and dive into that foliage and stealth.
Roll me another stealth check. You have advantage from Java Bagel, countered by Gorbin Played.
I love both Java and bagels.
Perfect breakfast.
But do you like them when they're together?
Sure. Oh no.
Yep, that's a crit fail.
Crit fail?
Oh.
Yep.
Is it 2 or a 1?
A 1. Doesn't matter.
Right.
1 or 2.
All right. So roll me your initiative.
Oh,
This
gosh.
mage is going to come over here, and she's going to fire at you. But as soon as she can. So,
Oh, boy.
James, I just had a strange idea.
All
Now,
right.
is she gonna fire at me even though I kind of look like a possible guard? Do I get to make a disguise check for that first? Because if I get
think-
6 seconds of hesitation, I'm gone.
I think, I mean, you're like crouched in the bushes. She saw
I
something
jump
catch on
across
fire.
into the bush.
Yeah, and she sees you in the bushes. I think she's going to.
Assume
They're on
that
high
that's
alert.
not good.
I think she's
Okay.
going to fire before
Okay.
seeing. You
So-
have advantage on your. You have advantage from Hadrian X from
Yeah.
Satine. From Satine, which is nice. Or for Satine? I'm guessing it's for Satine. It says from Satine.
It was one of the ones that was originally for Satine that got randomized to the other
Oh,
players.
from I get it. From being for Satine. Gotcha.
That's correct.
And this is countered by Gorbin Played. However, I have a ton. By the way, Changebox, thank you for your generosity. I'm seeing all of your advantages that you gave me. It's going to take 5 episodes for me to get through these. It's extraordinary. Thank you. But right now I have advantage from the Cosmic Lord, countered by Hadrian X on the first, and advantage by Changelock, advantage from Changebox. This was for Amy last week, countered by Hadrian X as well. So the first guard. What is your
21.
21? Okay, so you go first, Civ, and then the 2 guards.
Can I? Did the guard already call out or no?
Yeah, you leap, and as you hit, you grunt, and the branch
Right.
cracks, and you're very certain that you've been discovered. You hear the mage turn, and she goes, "Aye!" And the other guard, you hear the metal footfalls on the cobblestone pavement as it starts running forward.
What is east? What's down that road? Off the
More
map?
of the same, really. It's the area becomes a little less traversable. It's not this kind of nice thoroughfare that leads down.
Right.
So you'd have a hard time, I think, moving in that direction.
Can you describe this terrain that's right north of me? Is that a building that I can go into? Is that an alleyway? Is that solid wall?
This red roof right here.
Yeah, that and the stone area just
Yeah, so that's about a 12-foot drop down into that, and then another 6 to 7 feet down onto the rooftop. So
sweet. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that
as
takes
these
me out of the line of
as
fire.
these walls continue to go down, it's like little plateaus and farther farther lower elevation.
Yeah, I was gonna attack to slow him down, but I'm gonna use my full movement with my cat ability, and I'm just gonna go down. Whoops. Come on. Down to there. Drop down to there.
Okay.
How much movement does that take to drop?
Well, I mean, I think it would only be 5 feet because you're just falling. So
Right.
you're falling, whatever that was, 12 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 5, 10, and then drop down to there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 15,
Yeah.
20. Now, how far is it off of this roof down into those barrels?
It would be the length of a roof, so another probably 12 feet, but then the barrel would be, break your fall a bit higher.
Okay.
Size of a barrel.
What I'd like to do is drop down to those barrels and then take cover behind this crate here.
Okay.
And then if I can, stay underneath that rooftop across that way.
Okay.
So in other words, they wouldn't know which way I went if I dropped down off that roof and then head underneath those awnings.
Yeah,
even
you
the
would disappear out of
uppermost.
their sight for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that actually only took 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 feet of movement. I still have, with my racial ability, I still have another 70 feet of movement to just run.
So if you could, at this point you have passed, what happened was you leaped, you crashed into the branch, it broke, you grunted, you heard the alert from the guards as they turned and noticed you, and then you basically leap down again and sprinted around behind the building and then just take off, fairly certain that you are out of their line of sight.
Right.
Kind
Cool.
of like a cat.
Yeah. So I mean,
He's
you made a
got
lot
he's
of
got the
noise.
zooms.
He's got some
Right, you made
zooms.
a lot of noise, and they're
Yeah.
clearly following that noise. But I think, you've managed to sprint out. They're searching for you. You even, hear maybe the detonation of a magic missile as it hits the barrels where they saw you land. But we can leave the map room. I'm fairly certain that at this point you're dashing out of their view, and
Yeah, unless one of them is a rogue or a tabaxi, I think
Yeah.
I can outrun them.
you're absolutely outrunning them. I think you're pretty certain that they are continuing to come this direction. So
Right.
any lollygagging would,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
not like they're going
I
to
was
give up.
going to stop and order some soft serve if you're telling me I don't have time for that.
Make sure to give me some too.
Yes.
High Strana soft serve is known
Yeah.
for
That's what
how
they're
good
known
it is.
for, yeah.
Chocolate
All right,
vanilla
so
swirl.
this has taken about an hour. But before we get back to you, we're going to rejoin Fahima and see what she's up to.
Yay.
So let me let her know that.
But
my
the one
gosh.
thing that Ugo was trying to say to you, James, when that was going down was, maybe nobody is back at the house that we just left.
I wonder. There are ways to know such things. All right, we have a lot of things to learn for sure. Yeah.
All right, let's switch over to Fahima and see what she's doing. I'll see you guys in a second. Take off your headphones.
Bye.
All right, Jessica, thank you for being patient. When we left you, you were running rather fast. Let's return to that. Out the back of this mansion.
Yes.
So you are sprinting. You hear the guards coming from inside the mansion, and you also hear. You're able to move yourself if you like. Are you heading toward that reservoir?
Yeah, this is how fast I go. Wah!
I'm not able to move yourself quite that fast. But so if you recall, the second floor of this building. Oh, did your cat just?
Sorry. Whoa.
What is happening? My goodness. Well, maybe we need to go back to the other group. Wow, that sounded very bad.
I heard that.
Back to you guys. Hang on. Oh no, wait.
Oh, she's back.
Oh my god.
All right.
My mirror
That
fell
was-
down. Scared
evidently
Ollie.
Evidently
Ollie,
the
it's
torches
okay.
are technical difficulties. Like.
Oh, he got so scared.
Is Ollie okay?
Yeah, he's hiding under the couch. Poor
right.
boy.
All right.
I'm fine. Sorry, that really scared me.
Yeah, no, it
It's
was
a
pretty,
huge mirror that just toppled over in my apartment.
It was like I was watching a horror movie.
Well,
was,
now
yeah.
my heart's racing now, just like Fahima's. Let's go.
Thematic. Use it. Okay, so if you recall, the second floor of this mansion has a balcony that extends out over the second floor as well. And as you're running, you hear the doors of that balcony burst open and footsteps on top of that balcony as well.
Oh no. Okay. So Fahima will.
So you're again
Hide in
arms
these
bound, neck bound,
bushes.
running. Okay, so roll me a stealth check as you dive into the bushes.
Okay.
You have advantage from the pack NW Fall Star, countered by Change Box.
Thank you both. All right. That's a 17.
All right. So there are people, at least one person on this balcony out looking, scouting around, calling out. You hear these. Oh, this is the cook. I brought the cook out instead of the guards are. These guards are coming out, running out, looking, boom, 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 running.
Oh God.
All right, you're pretty certain you're hidden there, but these guards are out calling up, asking if they saw anything. Run out this way. The guard on the balcony calls down and says, "No, They haven't seen you. These guards are still looking, shouting at each other, pointing. This one runs this way. This one runs up this way. They're trying to find you. This one clearly didn't see anything. Indicates that she didn't see anything out behind the house toward the lagoon. And you are still in these bushes.
Okay. I'm gonna wait till these guards disappear and then make a break for it to the water.
All right. Let me roll an intelligence check on these guys and just see if they'll look in the bushes for you. That is a 6. plus 2, but still below 10. So I'm going to say it doesn't occur to them to look in the bushes right next to the house. Oh, by the way, I did have advantage from Changebox that was countered from the Drew from IT. So there we go. So they keep moving out, looking down beyond this way. This one's still on the balcony though, still looking, trying to figure out what's happening. So you might have to wait a while for that one to turn and move back into the house, which eventually happens.
Okay, but there's still the one that's up in the northwest here that I can see.
Yeah, this one is, they're kind of going out and searching the grounds, moving around, looking down, heading over to where the wall is. And then they sort of decide that maybe you try to move toward the front of the house, toward the exit, and they come down here.
Okay. Now, with all of our water exploration that we've done in the past, is it realistic at all that I could protect everything that I stole from the lair from getting drowned in this water?
I'm going to say certainly the knife is fine. Certainly the belt is fine. The leather-bound files we will have to roll on.
Okay. So in that case, as they were sort of moving around and looking for her, Fahima's going to very, very quietly. Oh, but her hands are behind her back. There's gonna be no. Okay, I'll try to look at the papers before I risk them.
So you're in the bushes. Hands are behind your back.
I don't know how this is possible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can, I don't know, set them down and try to, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me how you do it. Oh, by the way, in this very moment right now, I need you to roll me a wisdom save.
Oh my God. Okay.
You have advantage from Ashley Jordan that is countered by Changebox.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't even know why I'm looking at my modifier. Oh no. Oh, I have a really good wisdom save modifier. I roll a 3 and I add a 7 to that.
Oh, I add a 7 to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 10. Okay. Thank you.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Go back to tell me what you were doing.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try and look at these papers before I risk destroying them.
Okay.
Because as I ran out, this entire place is walled.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to read what's in the tag file.
All right. So as you undo this leather-bound little kind of, what do they call those? Like a folder or a container of papers.
Yeah.
You undo the strap. It's a trapper keeper. But fantasy style. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. As you fumble with there's it's like a knotted tie. As you undo it, a number of things fall out and land on the ground. They look like letters.
Okay.
You turn around and you look at them. They're hiding in the bushes. Bits of stuff scratching the little branches and leaves scratching your sides. You're trying to stay hidden as well. You drop these things all in the dirt there, and you turn and you look, and you realize these are written in your father's hand. They're letters addressed to you.
Oh no. Oh no. Can I read? Can I read the one that's on top?
Sure. You look at the first one that you see sort of fallen and disheveled on the ground there. It says, "Dear Firecracker, another travel day, so lots of time to think and write. The farther west I go, the drier things seem to be. Dust and sand and shrubs. The scenery is monotonous. Still considering whether it is worth crossing into higher elevation or veering south to the desert. Journeying through this part of the world brings back memories, good and bad. I hope you are caring for yourself and continuing your studies. Magic requires diligence and practice, so no shirking. Remember, nothing worth doing is ever easy, and anything worth doing is worth doing right. Keep yourself safe, and I will be back home as soon as I can. I miss you. Love, Dad. P.S. Almost certain I saw a bulette pass underneath the carriage as we rode along today. Beautiful creatures."
Oh, so she intercepted his letters. Do I have time to read the rest of them before I risk ruining them?
I mean, it depends on how much time you want to spend here, right? Reading through letters will take time. There's also some scribbling that doesn't seem to be part of the stack of letters.
Oh, okay.
Some scribbling that you recognize as being in the Ashen Mage's hand.
Okay, yeah, I'll take a look at that before I move on.
Seems like notes written on a piece of parchment. Again, her scrawling's very hard to read, but you've spent so much time studying the book that she wrote in her handwriting, that you are able to read it probably better than most would be able to. It says, 5 champions equals 5 wardens. Does the prismatic need 5? Could she be the 5th? Limitless potential, but limited opportunity. Repurpose the wish? Must be voluntary.
Ah. Wow. Okay. All right. There's no one around me?
Not at the moment, but you've been here now reading. In fact, as you read and as you looked at your dad's letters, you kind of lost track of how long you were doing that. It's like you entered your emotion maybe got you, and you're not really, it's like one of those things where it's like, oh my God, when you see, like when you see an old picture of yourself or something, you're like, oh, and you go, oh my God, how long have I been looking at this? That's kind of what the situation is.
Okay, I'm gonna test the belt. I'm gonna test and see if I can activate this belt.
Okay.
Because if I can dig my way out of this situation, I don't even have to risk ruining all of this.
That's right. Roll me a Arcana check. You have advantage from the gamer share.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, gamer share. Ooh, 28.
28.
Yeah.
All right. So you've got all these letters. You're trying to scoop them back in. It's very difficult to do it behind your back. You're trying to push everything back into this leather file. Then you've got all these things in your hands. You're encumbered. You're awkward. You pull the belt out and hold it in your hand. It's heavy, and it has that same sensation. I mean, with your Arcana check, as you kind of check into it, it has that same sensation that you remember when you cast Identify on the ring in the fortress of the former forges. You remember casting Identify on that exploding ring, and there's a quality, an arcane quality to it that seems to be similar, of a kind. recall that in your mind. The weave kind of moves through it in a similar fashion. Go ahead.
Now, in a similar sense, in that it will be explosive. Like this will explode the dirt and happen in one swift motion.
No, I don't think that's what I mean to indicate. It's not that you think it will have a similar effect. It's that you think it will, that it is of a kind, that it is perhaps of a set.
Part of the set, yeah.
How it uses the arcane weave, how it has been forged to interact with the magics, right, is in the same vein. It feels familiar to you, and what feels familiar about it is the ring, right? It's like, yeah, this feels like it is part of a set.
Okay, I'm gonna try to use it.
All right.
I'm gonna try to dig a hole in these bushes, kind of covered up, the width of my body.
And you hold it in your hand, arms behind your back, and you concentrate on it. And you've got this magical collar that inhibits your ability to touch the arcane weave, your ability to access your magical ability. But you're not actually doing that right now. You're using a magical item that can be used by anybody that doesn't touch, that doesn't have any magical ability, right? Magical items can be used by people that don't have magical ability. So you aren't inhibited by the collar that's around your neck. You start to concentrate and you start to think about the ground beneath you deforming, moving, changing underneath your feet. And then you go down. You sink into the ground. And then you sink some more. And the entire earth below you starts to shake and move and rumble and reform itself. Bits of dirt moving and deforming out of the way, reconstituting themselves into the hole that you imagined in your brain. And you start sinking as if burrowing a hole yourself. But the earth around you, the grains of dirt, the chunks, the clods of mud in this planter start to actually get out of the way for you, trying to move and reform themselves around you. You see the plant itself start to crumble and shift and move out of the way, its roots connected to the material that's being formed, and you start to sink into the ground, burrowing deeper and deeper into the soil.
Oh, that's so cool. All right. I'm gonna dig my way out of this property.
Okay. So you go farther and farther down. Again, it's a strange sensation, almost like riding an elevator if the elevator's floor was actually moving out of the way as you stand on it. Just like constantly, you see the dirt moving up and forming on the walls above you. And you are, I would assume you're covering the hole above you as you move out of the way. So you are this pod, this almost this sphere that is Fahima size, moving through the earth as it is moving up and around you. All of the soil reforming above you as you move out of the way, this cave that only exists for a moment as you stand in it, as you move deeper and deeper. Now, which direction do you want to go?
Which direction was the neighbor's house?
The neighbor's house is to the west.
Okay. I'm still in my gardener's outfit. Was there any empty properties nearby that we saw when we scouted the area?
No.
It's all neighbors?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to that neighbor that we went to in the first place.
Okay. So as you start moving down, now you know that there is a sewer underneath that property. You are aware of that. So you're still going down into the ground and headed in that direction.
Yes.
Okay.
Towards the Gertzbale estate.
Okay. So, I mean, it doesn't take much as you're standing there, collar on, arms bound, holding this belt, trying to clutch onto the leather-bound products, folders, the knife that you have, trying to hold all of it in your hands, and you are kind of moving through space as the ground itself carries you as if on a conveyor belt that's constantly reforming underneath you. You're just moving and the ground reforming up and around and above you as you imagine it, as it pulls you through space, headed west. That's where we'll check back in with the other group.
I hope I make it to them someday.
I hope so too. All right, so we will leave this secret room and head back to the other group. Okay, so we're back, Heroes of Bingle.
Great.
And an hour has passed where you have rested inside your hidey hole. Ugo saw guards moving, but James, you feel refreshed and calm, your mind able to concentrate once again on spells.
Okay. All right. Is there anything
By the way,
else?
Lily, if you want to, I don't know if you were injured, but if you want to roll hit dice, you can as well. You had a short rest.
Cool, thank you.
I definitely did. By the way, I'm almost back up to full. Thank goodness.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything else specifically we think I should ask? I could ask two. I have two, but I would rather only use one right now.
No, I think one is good because what if we need another, you know?
Right. Okay.
I think the main thing is letting her know where we are and what's happened. So she knows that, and then also finding out if she's okay and where she is.
If she's still, if her hands are still bound. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll cast sending
Okay.
to Fahima.
Let's get Jessica in here, and she'll actually hear it and be able to respond.
Okay.
Sean, are you able to pull Jessica into our 5 group? Oh, maybe she walked away thinking that she'd have more time.
She stepped away for just a moment.
Yes, come back.
Curse this split party business.
Curse this. Everybody thinks they get breaks. There's no breaks.
No
There's no
breaks for
breaks
you.
in D&D. Well,
Eddie.
while this was happening, I had a song that I was singing to everybody. I can just
Oh,
do
great.
that.
Let's do that. Let's take a
Hit
break
it.
and have a song.
Okay.
So this is the song that Lily was trying to use to calm everyone inside the hidey hole.
Yeah, and it was kind of
Great.
just like like I feel like this is like a noodly, like she's kind of just singing under her breath, like a cowboy in the Wild West, kind of just like
Tumbling tumbleweed.
Yeah. Don't split up. We did not listen. Ignored our own advice. Split the party despite intentions, and now we pay the price. Oh, what comes next? We don't know, but we are here right now. We danced with death and came out shook, but we still live somehow. And she would just kind of keep humming this tune over and over again, trying to calm Ugo and James as they were resting.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. All right, Jess, the reason we had to call you back is that James is sending a sending
You're about to get
you.
a sending finally.
You're getting a sending. So you're
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I said there's no breaks. No breaks.
On the ledge the entire episode. Okay. All right.
All right.
Here's the sending. 25 words. Where are you? Leave the house now. Ashen Mage is there. They've seen us. We're hiding in Hystrana. Still bound? No magic? Please, please respond.
And that message leaves you in effervescence. By the candle's glow that Ugo is still holding in this place, you see your message turn into tiny particles that lift off your body and up out into the ether. And somewhere, some way, Fahima, you receive that message. It lands on you and you hear that familiar James voice in your mind breaking through, received those 25 words. And you know that you only have 25 words to respond.
I'm out, shackles on,
Okay.
dug a large hole, headed to Gertzbale. I will find you, or meet me, please. I have Meep. Hurry. Love you.
Love
So
you.
none of you hear that except James, who hears Fahima's familiar voice in his
You
brain.
just watch my face go through like a whole range of emotions. Large hole? What?
What?
Should I take my headphones off?
Yes.
Actually, that's where we're going to intermission.
What?
So as you receive that message, James, that's where we're going to head to intermission. We will find out. We will find out on the other side how the team is going to deal with that and hopefully reunite.
Can't
Hopefully.
wait! Oh my god, it's gonna be so fun!
So we do have a giveaway to do in the intermission. So those of you that have been staying up late and hanging out waiting for that giveaway, it's pretty exciting. Fahima or Jessica, tell the folks what they do in the intermission to get the giveaway.
All right, I'm setting it up right now. What you have to do is during intermission, just put Barovia in the chat. It can be in just as its own word. It can be in a sentence. It doesn't matter. You'll still be entered. Only one entry per person will come through to us. We will draw a winner randomly from that. And Barovia is spelled B as in boy, A-R-O, V as in Victor, I-A. And
If you do multiple
I'm seeing
entries,
it in chat
we
right
won't
now.
be able to award you. So don't do multiple entries. One entry,
one.
you'll be in. You'll be in. Don't worry about it.
Spelling does count because this is done with a bot. So we do need to have you guys spell that correctly.
Because there's
Yeah,
a
make
lot
sure
of
it's
you in
not-
this room right now, so.
It's Barovia, not Brovia.
Right.
Yeah, Barovia.
Right? We want to go to Brovia. Let's
Brovia
go,
is where James and Uggo hang
Brovia.
out.
Oh wow, I already have 83 eligible users and 101.
Whoa!
Nice, you guys are doing it.
All right,
Oh my gosh, this is
Who-
exciting.
We'll
We'll
find out
announce
who
the
wins
winner.
on the other side of intermission. Stick around. We'll be back very shortly. And we're back. Thank you for hanging out through intermission with us. Time to give away. Jared, what is it that we're giving away?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked.
Are you glad? Because it seems like you're not ready.
I was honestly, I was concerned Jared wasn't going to come back after intermission.
Yeah,
and
he was-
him and the book were going to be gone.
There would be like a car chase on
Look at that.
on LA public television.
This is the fancy gold or silver foil cover edition.
Yeah.
This is not your average
No.
Ravenloft book.
Limited edition.
The limited
even a-
edition.
Beautiful.
There's
$50
even
cover
this
price.
cool. I guess you could call it a race. There's Dompier, there's Hexblood, but the one that I like the best is hold on, I'll find it in just a sec.
There's a whole body horror section.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's the one I like the best is the
I
well,
want
you
this
can't see
book.
it. It's called The Reborn. Just in case any of us don't make it tonight, guess what we can do?
Cut it
We can
out.
choose to be the Reborn.
Aw.
We just have to travel to Ravenloft and come back through
No
the
problem.
mists.
All right, Jess,
Short walk through the mists.
let's find out who.
Drum roll,
is the winner.
please. All right. Aritis 1337 has won the giveaway. It's right there in chat. Congratulations.
How do we get in touch with them? Are you going to get in
We'll
touch with them?
whisper
How does that
them.
work?
We can
Okay.
whisper him.
We'll
We're gonna
send you a whisper, and or get hold of us on Discord. If I can't find you here in the chat.
Aritis 1337.
Wow.
Nice.
we trust you know who you are.
1337 means elite, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did I mention my actual
gotcha.
username for Twitch is RES13337.
Aritis, I sent you a whisper, so
It is Jared's
check your
secret
Twitch.
account.
Congratulations and thank you to everybody that entered. We're going to try to do more of these.
Yeah,
in the
for
coming
sure.
weeks. So
Yeah,
for sure.
stick with us every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time here on twitch.tv/The Dungeon Run.
That's us.
Back to our game. So what just happened is James received the sending. I actually think that Jessica, you can take your headphones off and
Get out of here, Parsons.
But stay close. Stay
Hurry.
close.
I
Stay
want,
close.
long.
I want to hang out with you guys.
I know, right? We legit miss you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So James, you have just received the sending reply from
Yeah.
Fahima, and Ugo and Lily are sitting there by candlelight, seeing your face go through a number of reactions.
Okay, all right. She's out of the house, but it
Good.
doesn't sound like she's gotten very far. She said something about digging a large hole, and she's on her way to Gerstbale,
Gerstrail.
which is the neighboring house where we went in. So okay, but she's still like right there on the grounds. It sounds like.
All right, so we need to go to Gerstrail.
Yes,
Ideally without anyone seeing us.
right.
And
Soon, she said. Hurry.
Okay. Oh, I don't know how long Civ is going to be. We haven't heard from him.
Okay.
So, do we
should
send him a sending
further
as well?
split the party?
Well, we're already split in 3.
Yeah, so it seems like we could just, if you wanted to go hang out back at the bar, and
Okay.
then I could go get Fahima.
No, we're all going to get Fahima. I don't know where Civ is, and maybe that's what I should use my other sending on right now. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I've already used the pearl today. If I use this one right now, I'm done for another hour, except Eldritch Blasts.
Well, we're all kind of low,
Yeah,
Yes.
all I got is the rage inside me.
which is a lot, Ugo. You should never diminish that.
Yeah, I know it is a lot, and
That
there's
has
a
a
lot
lot of
here, and I
value.
could burn through it.
Okay, wait. Don't, not right now.
No,
Not
I
right
know,
now.
I know.
Yeah, this is a small room.
Getting close,
So-
though.
So
Okay.
you've already cast Seeming today.
Can I do
You
that?
you.
I
you-
could make one of us invisible for a minute.
Not only a minute. No, that's.
I can
don't-
disguise myself.
I could make the 3 of us fly, but I think I should
That
wait.
feels
on
like a
that.
bad idea.
What?
No offense.
Is it
Just-
though? Why is that a bad idea? We could just fly away.
Well, because if we're gonna go to the house, there's mages everywhere.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere without Fahima.
Why? I mean, I could hold her. while we
I'm just
fly.
saying that's what
Right.
Meep did, and then Meep got into trouble, and I just feel like we'll have a similar.
I could create one heck of a distraction.
I'm a bit thicker than Meep.
True. I could create a very large distraction.
Okay.
No. I know where your brain go.
I could create an illusion of a dragon like I did in the cave.
Good idea. That's actually a good idea.
But do you think the
But-
magic users won't know it's an illusion?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll buy us some time. I could create an illusion of Fahima.
An illusion of us running in the opposite direction of which we are actually going to run.
Yeah, maybe.
Or
And Jeff, I'll go.
An illusion
again.
of the cheesemonger?
quick look to see what's again.
Peepers, peeping.
Peepers,
Yeah.
peepers, peeping.
Yeah. You can roll me a perception check if
Okay.
you like. You have advantage from Nomad PG, countered by Alpha 2789.
Thanks. Nomad and Alpha. Hey, it's the same number I rolled last time. 22.
Okay. Again, you pop your head up, and there doesn't seem to be a ton of activity at this point. As I mentioned, the horn sound, that alarm sound, has ceased. So you no longer even have that racket to contend with. All seems
Okay.
quiet, at least in this corner of where you are.
And how far from the house did we go?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Quite a ways, actually. It is not really in that residential area. It was a bit off the beaten path. Civ, and you guys were sprinting, right? So Civ took you over to this hole.
Yeah.
This is kind of tucked away, not where people go, not in the mansion area, not in the residential district. It's a little farther out. So yeah, it's a bit of a ways back to where you were.
Okay.
It is clear.
What? Oh, the coast is clear.
Yeah, there doesn't. I can't see nobody.
Well,
All right.
perhaps what we should try and do is just sneak back as best we can and then save the distraction for when we need it.
Yes, agreed.
Well, there's no more horn. Do we even need to sneak anymore?
I think better
I
safe than
And
sorry.
if we look like we do,
Right. Can we?
I imagine there's a picture up or something like a milk carton situation
Why?
Okay.
because we've been
Already?
seen and we're
I mean
watched.
that horn went off very quickly. I think by now they probably know who they're looking for.
Oh, you think the horn was for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was for the demon in the sewer.
We're the only ones who saw that demon.
That
Like
makes so much more sense now that you say it out loud.
That gives me a very good idea.
And now that's what I think I was trying to avoid earlier that I got wrong, and now you just taught it.
It won't come anywhere near us.
No, but it might come near the innocent, and that cannot happen.
All right.
We cannot hurt anybody else. We've already done that again.
Okay.
It's a good idea if it wasn't for the fact that it's a demon, but yeah, it's a good idea.
I mean, they're already out and about.
Yeah, but if you already have 2 stab wounds and I add a 3rd one and it kills you, I mean, you were already stabbed though.
Could keep control of it for a while.
I think the first
I think
step.
the for a while there is probably the important bit.
It's no guarantee. I could keep control of it the entire time, or it could break control and start probably killing, yes.
Yeah, that's the part that's not necessarily worth the first one. Just my opinion, your spell.
All right.
I think we should try and avoid anything like that if we can.
Okay. All right, but
So-
I agree. Let's start moving to get back to Guspel and
Also,
get to
I can't,
Fahima.
I can't slam it with radiant light from Candle Queen.
If
Where's
I do it right, it won't come anywhere near us, and it will be entirely distracted with
Yeah,
everything
but
going
if you
on.
lose control, then we have to kill it.
No, it goes away after a minute. It is banished back. It either is killed by our enemies, or it is banished back to where it came from.
And you can banish it at any time?
I cannot. Basically, what happens is,
I'm comfortable with discussing the finer details of demon summoning.
if I stop concentrating on the spell before it reaches the full hour, An uncontrolled demon disappears after 1d6 rounds. In less than a minute. In 30 seconds or less.
Sure, a demon could do a lot in 30 seconds. So.
Yes, it could.
Yeah. Algo could do a lot in 30 seconds, and Algo's not even a demon.
Oh, you're like strong like a demon, just in good with good.
This is all hypothetical. We need to
Angel?
gather more in.
I guess so.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
nice.
You're like angel adjacent.
Or
I think I caution us to summon
Demork.
anything that we
Aha!
could
Demork!
You're Demork. Ha,
I Demork.
Demork.
You were saying, Lily.
I think that I would caution us from doing anything that could potentially hurt or kill any more people until we know where Fahima is, where Civ is.
I agree. I'm certainly not suggesting we throw one out willy-nilly.
Now
But
Algo wonders what is worse. Let Ashen Mage run about or let Demon run about?
I'd say the Ashen Mage very quickly. I'd say.
Ideally, the demon eats the Ashen Mage.
Oh.
That's like
Right.
in a dream world, you know.
In a dream
You should
world.
write books.
Me?
I would read that book.
All right,
I
this
would
is-
read that book.
This is all
Okay.
theoretical at the moment.
Oh.
I think you're right. I think we should start moving towards Gerspel.
All right.
Okay. And Algo literally yanks himself out, trying
All
to
right.
protect
Lily.
Lily's
Yeah.
head as he gets out.
All right, are you guys attempting to be stealthy as you do this?
I think getting
Yes.
out, I will be just
Okay.
trying to keep it as low and quiet as possible.
I will guide them as they do, and then guide myself.
Okay. Uggo and Lily, well, all three of you.
I'll
actually.
guide Uggo. I probably can't. Yeah,
Okay.
since they're attached.
Uggo, you have just roll stealth. You have advantage from Nomad PG counter. Or excuse me, the Pack NW Fallstar countered by Alpha 2789.
Woo.
Lily, you have advantage from Pumonkey countered by Changebox.
Oh, I really needed it.
And James, you have advantage from Hadrian X countered by Mavith.
Thank you, Mavith and Hadrian X.
Nat 20'd it.
Nat
Nat
20.
20.
Oh,
All right.
Great. And you add your Yes. I rolled
we
very
added.
well.
Oh, I don't get to add anything.
You don't. I rolled a 23 with my guidance.
All right.
I rolled a 13.
No, you're fine. Uggo's being quiet for everybody with his nat 20.
Okay.
You managed to even lift the lid, Uggo, silently. It had a bit of a squeak when you were moving it before, but now it move it
I was
silently.
thinking about Civ.
Yeah, you.
Oh, wait. Before we leave, Lily will grab that. There was a piece of paper, right?
That Civ wrote?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And just quickly scribble where we're going.
Good.
Heart,
Heart.
Lily.
Very smart. Very smart. Okay.
All right, so Uggo slithers out of this very quietly with Lily on his back. Lily, you kind of move the, you hold the lid as Uggo moves. It makes a little more noise than when he moved it, but you're still pretty confident that no one around you heard. There doesn't seem to be anyone around, in fact. And you start moving quietly back north toward where you had, well, actually sort of northeast back toward where you had had come from.
Try to avoid windows.
I
the
generally
going-
try to avoid them.
The going is slow, and you move trying to keep your ear out for any kind of guard movement. Everybody roll me a perception check.
Okay.
James, you have advantage from the Pack NW Fallstar, countered by Changebox.
Thank you both.
Uggo, you have advantage from Angel Devilson, countered by Alpha 2789. And Lily, you have advantage from Sophia, countered by Changebox.
Cool.
I'm guiding myself on this one again,
Okay.
and that's a dirty 20.
Okay.
I got a 10.
All right.
I'm looking at Lily. Lily's looking at me.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly. James, you are
see Uggo.
very you stay focused, and you
The
and
back
you,
of Uggo's head.
and you indicate to be quiet to the rest of the team. You're pointing out areas. There really isn't much movement as you move back toward this way. It really does seem as if a lot of the guards have moved south past you. But as you move forward and continue to get closer to the estate, you start seeing lights. Well, not lights. It's not dark. It's still daytime. But you start seeing movements in windows as you get into the residential areas.
Okay. I am like basically trying to veer towards Gerstbale, like towards that street, but kind of like keeping my peripheral vision on the Cheesemonger's mansion.
All right. And as you guys can,
are there guards like visible out front of his place at all, or
there definitely are still guards. You're saying looking at the Cheesemonger's place?
Yes. Yeah.
There's definitely still 2 guards far deep into the drive up toward the front, past the like water feature and the statues and stuff in the topiary. You don't get a view of the balconies from this position, so you can't tell if there's still guards on the balconies, but there's definitely still two guards stationed in the front of the house, as there was the first time you passed, or every time you passed.
Right.
And you don't really see guards in particular in front of Gerstbale, but you're not quite there yet. As you pass, move up toward, it's quite disconcerting to move this close back to the Cheesemonger's mansion, because the last time you were there, you were sprinting away from that area in fear of all of the guards coming out. So it's a little, it's a little scary to try to move that through that area. You're moving from bush to bush, from tree to tree, trying to stay as quiet and as inconspicuous as possible.
Do we think Fahima's digging a tunnel underneath the wall? Is that? I mean, she said a large hole and headed to Gerstbale.
She knows lots of magic. I assume that's what it was.
I don't know. I mean, before the time we spoke to her, she had that thing on her neck and she couldn't cast spells.
True, but maybe she got it off.
Are you saying she has now turned into a mole?
No, I'm definitely not saying that. Okay.
What else can dig then?
People, if properly motivated.
That seems.
That's pretty
digging
fast.
holes is slow work.
All right,
We'll
meanwhile, Civ, you sprinted toward the palisade.
Yep.
And you have arrived at an area of the wall that you are fairly confident is unguarded, or at least for the moment unguarded. You do notice down the wall as you sit hidden, in view of the palisade, you see a number of guards actually tossing ropes over the side and rappelling down the face of the wall. That's how quickly they're intending to get down. There are other ways for High Strana guards to get to Low Strana. They are not doing those ways. I mean, maybe some of them are, but you are seeing guards actually rappel down the side in order to get to Low Strana quicker. It's not something you've seen before.
Yeah, it's like a mad dash as opposed to
as
opposed to like a structured thing. They're just trying to fill it.
There is an assault on this area.
Oh God.
Do I know why? Other than just what happened with us? Like, does this make any sense to me whatsoever as to why they would invade Lower Strana other than just what happened with us? Is there any other possible explanation, I guess is what I'm saying?
You'd be hard pressed to come up with one. I mean, at this point, it
like
does
if they found the plague again in Low Strana, they still wouldn't approach it the way they're approaching it now.
Correct.
Okay. So this is obviously the Vetch ordering this.
Correct.
Okay. If all of the guards in High Strana are going into Low Strana, does that mean High Strana is unprotected?
That is something you may surmise. You would be surprised if they left it completely unprotected, but certainly there seems to be a large movement of armored personnel into Low Strana.
I'm wondering if there is a way that I could create a large problem for them if they all leave High Strana. So is there a structure within a very short distance to me that I can sabotage? In other words, start a massive fire to a grain silo or something that's going to cause such a huge uproar that some of those guards would have to get pulled back to deal with that situation.
I mean, you wouldn't find a grain silo per se, but there's certainly more sort of decorational vegetation you could probably try to set ablaze. There are structures you could try to set fire to. I think you'd probably need a real combustible material in order to do that.
What about vegetation near a building? So if they don't put the vegetation out, then the building would catch fire.
Yeah, there's certainly plenty of that. I mean, you could try to set topiary and bushes and the sort of decorational. I don't know how. I mean, it's not going to go up like wheat would, you know. But
Right.
you could probably set it on fire if you spend enough time trying to do it.
Well, I mean, I have plenty of flammable material on me
Yeah.
and liquids.
Right.
I think I'm going to do that before I run over the wall. I think I'm just going to start setting fires.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many are we talking?
I'm already in a good spot to clear over the wall. Like I already have a good spot lined up.
Okay.
Then if that's the case,
Yeah,
then I would set 3 separate fires.
So go ahead.
Yeah. I would set 3 fires that are in areas that if they don't get put out, the building nearby would catch fire, and that would cause a huge problem for the city itself.
Now, are you attempting to set 3 fires that are far apart from one another, or that are sort of
far apart as in like I would set a fire and then I would run like a block away and set another fire. Not so
Okay.
far apart to where it's like halfway across the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think you could probably be able to find, especially with your street urchin skill, you'd probably be able to find areas that are suitable for this kind of nefarious business pretty easily.
Well, I'm just going into like military mindset.
Sure.
If I sabotage enough places, these soldiers can't all go to the operation, the mission that they've been sent on. They'd have to be pulled back.
You're guerrilla warfaring it. I get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're able to find places. You've got alcohol on you, certainly, that could burn.
Oh yeah,
and
for
you
sure.
start splashing it on the sides of walls and on the vegetation itself. There's these beautifully carved topiary of horses and stallions, of bears, of beautiful things, and you're just dousing them in alcohol.
I hate that opulence with such a passion.
yeah, certainly some joy in it.
Yeah.
It's not just
There's no tears being shed when I burn up these rich people's belongings.
yeah. So you strike the flint and you catch these on fire when they go up, and you start seeing the bottom. You can imagine the bottom of this rearing horse made out of a bush. It starts to crackle and burn, and the flames and smoke start rising up underneath the bottom of the horse's rearing hooves. And you do the same for another area and a third. And pretty soon there's 3 plumes of black smoke going up into the sky pretty high. And you start hearing the calls of these guards that have noticed the smoke in the air. And as you stay hidden near the wall, you start seeing some of them come back up over the top of the wall. Some emerge from other areas from even farther north. They haven't even reached the palisade yet, but they start moving over and calling out and organizing themselves into a fireman's line to try to
Brigade,
put out
Great.
these fires.
Great. And then
there's a couple of them, they're spear in hand, like looking around, seeing how these fires have started. There's clearly a lot of concern and anger. They're on high alert. They're moving through bushes, poking areas with their spears. There's probably a good chance that if you stay put, they will get to you.
Oh, I'm not staying put.
Right.
No, it's fire, 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 d go over the wall.
All right.
Yeah.
So when you see that window of opportunity as their attention is focused on trying to save these very, also these guards are paid positions, right? These guys are high strana guards, and if damage happens to property in Hystrana, it's almost worse than damage happening to people, right? That's how the Hystrana feel about things, right? Yeah. It is,
the horse. Oh no, that was my favorite. I'm going to get in so much trouble.
Took 3 years to grow horse.
I was put in charge of guarding horse, and then they sent go to Nostrana, and then it burns. What are chances?
Civ knows where to hurt him.
Exactly. So yeah, they are. You know, there's anger, there's concern, there's a high alert. But you see that window when they all are furiously trying to prevent any additional property damage for fear of the wrath of the vetch and wrath of the wealthy up here. And you make your way over to the palisade, the edge of the palisade, that sheer cliff, that sheer wall that leads all the way down to Hystrana. And as you reach that,
You mean to
precipice,
Lostrana?
excuse me, Lostrana. Yeah, as you reach that precipice and you look out, roll me a perception check.
Oh dear.
You have advantage from Nomad PG, countered by Gorbin Played.
Thank you, Nomad, and thank you, Gorbin Blade.
Oh, I should also mention we got some balloons. Angel Devilson gave us a couple of balloons, and
Yay.
Citizen of Iron gave us a balloon. We appreciate those balloons. They feel like
Thank
applause.
you.
Thank you.
Yay. I
How's,
only
the,
got
how's the war going?
Oh, Team Force of Good is just destroying. 87% to 13% Team Force of Evil.
Wow.
I think Team Force of Evil is a little mad at me that I was not harder on you guys.
What?
It's okay. I get it.
Oh.
I get it.
That sounds on brand.
How evil
Okay.
do you have to be?
I'm pretty evil.
Yeah.
Pretty evil. They are Team Force of Evil.
Yeah.
All right. What is your roll?
We'll
they want
see.
blood. I got a 10.
We'll see.
So not that good.
10. Okay. So
Honestly, I'm probably popping up, and then I'm so paranoid that I'm either going to get spotted or that I'm not going to get there in time because I spent time sitting on those fires. I probably just go right down on the other side.
All right. So as you head over the side of the wall, you are very conscious of the fact that it is the middle of the day, bright
Right.
sunlight. It is
Right.
cold. It's still cold here, right? It's not warm. It's brisk, but the sun is shining. There's not a lot of clouds in the sky. It's just a cold Olsvach day. And you go over that side feeling the brisk chill of the air against your fur, exposed fur, and you start plunging your claws into those little cracks and divots that you've
Okay.
memorized so well from many times of sneakily going up this wall. But you're very, very aware of the fact that you're exposed. You can potentially be seen here.
Right.
A speck
I mean,
against
could I
this big
use one of
wall.
the ropes and just pretend to be a soldier? Would that make
You
more
could try,
sense?
but I think that you'd probably risk being seen way more. Because
I
they're
see.
looking at
Okay,
the ropes.
well then,
right?
I'll just do what I typically do, which is scale down.
All right, so one more stealth check, please.
Okay.
You do have advantage from Hadrian. Excuse me, I'm reading
Hadrian.
that wrong. Nope. The pack NW Fallstar, countered by Gorbin Played.
Okay. You said stealth?
Yes, please.
21.
All right.
Oh, God.
So you managed to, as you've done many, many times over your life, scale this wall, sneakily, silently climbing down, trying to hug the side, hug these areas where the angle of view from the houses below are hard to see. You're using a lot of your experience here to not stick out like a sore thumb on the sheer face of this constructed wall face. And you manage to get to the bottom. And as you reach the bottom, you start to hear the screams.
They're just slaughtering them, aren't they?
People are being pulled from their houses into the streets. You hear a guard holding basically a bullhorn and shouting out to the crowd over and over, "A grave threat descends upon Olsvach. A group of vicious criminals, a tabaxi male accompanied by an orc, a gnome, a male human, and possibly a female human as well. By order of the High Prince, any knowledge of their whereabouts will be rewarded. Any attempt to withhold information will be met with swift and severe retribution. Surrender these fugitives to the High Guard, and lockdown will be lifted. Continued defiance of this order will only result in pain and anguish for all of Lustrana. People screaming. People being pulled out of their homes, asked. Smacked around. Beaten. You huddle in the shade of the palisade. What do you do?
I am going to make my way into the alleys because I know the alleys better than these guards do, especially if they're used to high strana. But I also know that my disguise is not going to hold up very long. So I'm going to wait until I can corner a single guard in either an alleyway or an alcove or a house, and I'm going to take him out so that I can wear his clothes.
All right.
And if I can do it in a way to where I'm not seen, so in other words, if he comes down the alleyway by himself, I'll slit his throat and then strip his clothes and then stuff him back into the alleyway so that I can essentially emulate that guard.
All right. Roll me another stealth check. You have advantage from the Carson.
Thank you, Carson. Nat 20.
All right. So
I also take a swig of my booze because I know I'm about ready to kill somebody that doesn't really deserve it.
So you stand up to your full height. And you pour your booze down your throat. You swallow it. And you come around a corner and you stand in the shadow. And you watch as a high strana guard grabs someone and pulls them out a door by their hair, throws them into the street, and shouts in their face asking where the tabaxi is. And you walk up your full height, not attempting to crouch or hide, confident that you are unheard and unnoticed as his arms smack this poor townsperson. And you walk up behind him just as his body comes back up and he wipes his mouth. And you reach around and you slit his throat. Blood gushes down the front of him.
I'm going to try to spin him to the side so the blood goes out the side so it doesn't get on his uniform because I can't stain it.
He turns and falls and the blood spills on the street, and you see this man, this, not an old man, but an older man, laying on the ground, holding his face where he was been hit. And he looks up at you and he points, seeing the tabaxi.
And I'm going to throw a pouch of gold coins at his feet. You saw nothing.
I saw nothing.
Go. And I'm going to grab the body and pull it back into the darkness.
And as you do, a trail of blood is left in the cobblestone. We'll go back to the other group.
I'm going to be drinking that bottle while I'm stripping him and putting on his uniform.
Okay.
Jeff?
How close are we to... Oh.
No, go ahead.
How close are we to the house at this point?
You are very close to... You've passed by the Cheesemonger's mansion as close as you dare, trying to get a sense of how many guards are still there.
Right.
And you are now pretty close to the neighbors. I mean, again, I say neighbors, these are huge estates. So there's a lot of land between them.
Can we see if there's guards out front of that house or how that house looks as far as protection?
Yes. The first time you were there really wasn't anybody in the front. Now there definitely seems to be guards. Remember there was that gate that you were let in by Timothy?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you remember how you alerted Timothy to horrible things happening in the sewers, and now there is this alarm that has gone off. So it looks like Gerstbale is much more on high alert than it was before. It is now. There seems to be the staff of that residence now seems to be worried and more front facing out toward the edge of where the gates are, looking, preparing, waiting.
Okay.
Have we, as we've been making our way through Hystrana, towards the Gerstbale Manor and all of this, have we been able to discern like guards rushing past, headed to Lostrana, any of that? Or
yeah, you have definitely seen some movement like that. Less and less as time goes by. You waited an hour, and most of that had already occurred during your rest hour. Mm-hmm. So less and less of that. But you definitely saw a little of it, and you saw some people. You saw patrols happening in Hystrana a bit. It's not that Hystrana has become completely unguarded. Right. Quite the contrary. There's a high alert everywhere. It's just that a lot of the guards have been drawn now to Lostrana.
Would we have caught any wind of that on my 20 perception check on our way over here, maybe of the rousting that's going on in Lostrana, or?
No, you wouldn't. Okay. I mean, until you get to that edge, that palisade, you could look out over, but up here you would never have any sense of that.
Okay, got it.
You do, however, see 3 plumes of black smoke that start to come up that look to be coming from Hystrana, much closer to the palisade.
So much going on. What is on the other side of Gerstbale Manor that's not adjacent to the Cheesemonger's place?
There are other residences. It's that kind of thing where these big mansion estates as they kind of go. Land between them and then another huge estate. It's not like it's a neighborhood per se, but it is the residential area where these large mansions exist.
Are we going to be able to just walk in there?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think they're looking for us specifically.
Probably.
Well, I mean, I can disguise myself, but I can't disguise either of you. And I'm also apprehensive about magic, but we could try it.
What would you disguise yourself as? No, this is, I mean, even if you could get in there, get Fahima, dimension door yourself out, you can, if you see her, you can speak to her with message. And if you can get to her, you can teleport out.
Yes. Again, I guess hesitate to split us again, but I'm happy to try.
I mean, Uggo and I are... There's not much hiding us.
I can... If we'll be fast.
It should be.
I could go in with Uggo. With greater invisibility, but then I can't dimension door out.
I think maybe Uggo and I should keep you in our view, not far away, and you should try to get in there as disguised. And if you're in...
make distraction.
How so? Yes.
Burn something?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Jeff, what are the folks that are out front? Are they traditional guards, or are they like in the Timofey kind of their garb?
You definitely see more traditional guards now. You didn't really see those before, but you definitely see more traditional guard in the front area of the gate. As you look past that up the drive, for lack of a better word, there are more of those kind of more, I would say more, butler type look to them, but they still seem to be looking and on high alert and on edge.
Okay.
I mean, I can disguise myself. I don't know what to do. If I walk up there as a guard, I guess that's my best option.
Yes.
How many of them can we see, Jeff?
You see 2 directly at the gate and maybe 3 others beyond it.
Tell them you're a guard. Tell them you're a guard and that there were reports of demons in the sewer behind you. And that'll get you onto the grounds past them.
Hey,
Because we told Timofey and ran off. There were demons.
All right.
did I say
so
that Timofey sent me?
Just no. Don't get more
Called
specific.
me?
Just say that the word came down that there were demons spotted in the sewers connected to the back of this estate.
All right, I'll try my best.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on you. We'll keep an eye on you, and if there's any trouble, we'll come running.
All right, so-
Honestly, yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Maybe-
Go
maybe-
as Lily moves forward and heads toward the gate and starts to cast her disguise. We're gonna switch over to Fahima.
Ooh.
All right. So let's go to our secret room. Check in on Fahima. Hello. Thank you for
Hello,
being
I'm
patient, Jessica.
Just here digging a hole. Just
All right,
digging
so-
a really big hole.
As you, this is a slow process. This is not something that happens fast. You are not moving quickly. It is as if this thing is discharging soil 5 feet at a time, almost as if it's moving slowly. And you are headed in the direction that you believe to be Gerstbale Estate. Although I would like you to roll me a survival check.
Okay.
You have advantage from Hadrian X.
Thank you, Hadrian. Okay, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? The type of check?
Survival.
Survival. Survival's not registering for some reason tonight. 13.
All right. So you managed to. It's very disorienting being completely under the earth, under the ground, under Ein, I guess I should say. It is completely disorienting. You've reconstituted the soil above you. You are down below. It's not easy to discern how deep you've gotten and which direction is which, but you are trying to remember the way you were facing when you started and in what direction the estate was in relation to that, and you're trying to maintain yourself in that direction so you don't rotate, right? So as long as you stay in that direction and you start to move the earth around you, move the soil and dirt and dust around you, then you can continue to move in relation to the direction that you are facing. Exactly. So you continue doing that and you continue moving west toward Gerstbale. And as I said, it is slow going. This rumble around you, you feel like all of the clods of dirt, all this earth that you are displacing, you feel it rumble and shake as the belt in your hands behind you almost is warm to the touch. It is clearly generating an incredible amount of magical energy around you. And you are moving through, and there is bits of dirt and dust collecting places. It's reforming and reshaping, but there's also bits of dirt and dust, and you kind of shift and hold the belt out in front of where you want to be, being very careful not to turn your body or lose sense of orientation underneath the ground. It's dark, you have dark vision, but there's no light to be seen whatsoever. And in the dark, in your dark vision, you get the outline, the sense of this dirt that is landing, that is the bits, the clods that aren't perfectly reforming, reshaping around you. The bits of loose soil that is collecting at your feet as you tunnel through the underground area beneath these mansions. And you start to notice with your dark vision that the soil is behaving in a strange way. And as you sort of notice it swirling and moving and reshaping itself, you start to realize that that bit of dirt isn't what you're commanding. You aren't making that loose dirt behave in that way. You're reshaping, you're focusing, you're thinking about moving through this underground area. You're pushing yourself, pushing the belt to create this deformation of the soil. But what you're not doing is you're not creating that swirl. You're not focusing on that. Your brain, as you imagine what you want the belt to do and as it follows your command, you realize you're not commanding that loose dirt to swirl in that way. Roll me a history check.
Huh.
You have advantage from Hadrian X.
Thank you, Hadrian. Dirty 20.
You recognize it immediately. That formation, that swirl, that displacement of the dirt. You've seen bits, granules of earthen material move like that before. You've seen embers and ash move in that way before. When you communicated through the sands with your father, you watched as the Ashen Mage created that communication through the loose ash and communicated with your father in the sand, however far away he is. And as you stand there, moving underground through the power of the belt, you start hearing a voice emerge from that loose soil. You stole from me, Fahima. You stole from me. I know you can hear me, Fahima, and the rumble around you is loud. You are moving dirt, you're displacing dirt, you're moving through the soil, but you can hear that voice. You can hear it come out of that loose dirt.
Fahima doesn't respond.
I will find you, Fahima. I thought it was a good sign when I heard you were here, claiming to be my apprentice. You are curious, are you not? You come here to find the connection, to find the bone. I want you to know the truth. I always offered you the truth, Fahima. All you had to do was ask. I never lied, and I always told you what you wanted to know. But now you steal from me. You have stolen from me, and you've made quite a mess. Fahima, I do not know what to think. I struggle with my anger, Fahima. I do not let it get hold of me, because I can do terrible things when I am angry, Fahima. I wanted to see you again. I thought perhaps your curiosity was a good thing, that you still attempted to find out everything that you needed to know. I want you to find the truth, Fahima. The truth will lead you back to me. But when you steal from me, when you come into my room and take what I would have given you if you had only asked, it makes me lose my calm. I know where you are, Fahima, and I am coming. We will speak again. And the soil disperses.
Wow.
You continue to rumble. there anything you'd like to do?
Keep tunneling my way out. You said I can't tell where I am now. I can't tell what direction I've gone in.
No, you're trying to keep yourself aligned so you can, if you're facing north-south, you know that you need to keep tunneling west in order to get to Gerstbale. And again, the ground beneath you is deforming, is moving you through space. So you don't even need to turn that direction. You can sort of hold the belt out in front of you as it deforms the terrain, creates this tunnel around you, this soil pushing out around you and reforming behind you, so that this hole in the ground is just moving through space. I mean, you recall,
that's so wild.
this is the same thing that was used to create that giant tunnel in the deep reef, right? This is the same object. You've been told that. So you are using it slightly differently. You're not leaving a hole behind you, but it is just as powerful as it was described. It is creating this deformation of the very earth and soil.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep digging until I can make my way up to the surface.
Okay, so we will leave you and head back over to the rest of the team. All right. So,
Yeesh.
Did she get out? We good to go?
Lily, you are walking toward the gate, and you have now disguised yourself as a guard, as a short guard, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but I think we said earlier that there were all types of guards.
Halflings,
Indeed.
gnomes,
Yeah, so I don't need to be
dwarves.
like, I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. Yeah, I'm probably like
Indeed.
a halfling, like around my same size.
Okay, so you walk up.
I'm trying to create the least amount of things that won't hold up to inspection, I guess
Yeah.
is the point of this.
You are creating an armored appearance, or what exactly?
Well, the guards that are standing out front are they armored?
They are.
Yeah.
So you're kind of using that as a template.
Yes.
Okay, you walk up, and the guard looks at you up and down, and he goes, "What business do you have here?"
And I'm gonna do an impression of like it'll be guard-esque voice from the ones that I've heard, so I'm trying to change my voice a little bit. But we have heard there are demons in the sewer.
Demons
Said
in the
to check it
sewer.
out. Yes. You have not heard?
No.
Do not say anything yet.
The butler said there was some disturbance down there, but I've not heard.
I have got more information on this.
What are we to do?
You are to stay here. I'm going to go get more information so we can make a plan. Do not send word.
Do not
any-
send word to whom? To the
Cheesemonger,
wretch?
no one yet.
Why
at
would
the
we?
bench. We want to make sure we know what we are talking about before we tell them.
Understood.
Okay?
So
No
there
one
are
comes
demons
in
the
or out.
sewer, but we are not supposed to do anything about it. We are supposed to
I-
wait until demon comes out of sewer and attacks.
No, that is not the plan. The plan is for me to go in and make sure there is in fact demon in the sewer.
You
I
are
don't know
going
if
into
you
sewer.
know this, but the city is in madness.
Yes, they are. The alarm sounds I have not heard since I was a boy.
Yes.
The wretch are very upset. One of their own has been attacked.
This is terrible. All right.
Okay, well, you will be back and tell me what we should
Yes.
do.
You stay here until you hear from me. Okay?
Understood.
Right. Be careful. I don't know who's out there.
You said you did know who the demon was out there.
I don't know who else.
Oh, a more demon? More than just demon?
I mean, there could be more than one demon. I hear demon. Is it a plural? Is it a plural? It's like octopi. Demon? How do you pluralize? Demons?
They
Demon?
put S on the end. It's very simple.
Yeah, but you could say demon, and it could mean more than one. I think, and depending on people's skills.
Oh,
of
it's
language.
like DAEMON, demon.
Demon. Yeah.
Okay. I can't resist playing. with
Meanwhile,
you.
the city just burns in the background.
How about that for a tonal shift?
Do they see these fires? Have they noticed?
Yeah,
these
absolutely.
fires?
I mean,
Okay.
there's definitely smoke in the air, and again, as you move north in Hystrana, the elevation continues to rise, so it's very easy to see this lower elevation smoke plumes.
Right.
So they're expecting you to leave, is what you're saying. You're leaving, or you're trying to get them to let you in.
I'm going in because the entrance is behind this house.
Right. So you'll need to access to the sewer.
Yes, I need to go into the sewer to make sure, or to get more information from the people who work here at this place.
The butler says we hired the exterminators, but they came out and ran away in fear.
But that sounds like either they're bad at their job, or there is demon in the sewer, or honestly, it could be both.
Fair point. It does seem to corroborate your story. All right.
Just as we planned all along. Going
right,
perfectly.
He unlocks the gate and ushers you inside, and he says, you go by yourself. You are, no offense, but you are very small. I worry about you.
I try not to attract attention at first. But you'll be here for me if I need help. You'll be
Yes.
ready to sound the alarm.
The alarm has sounded. Have you not heard
No,
it? It sounded
I know
for
the
almost an hour.
additional, yes, the alarm, but specifically the demon alarm.
It's not demon alarm.
The alarm. Okay, let me
You
be
think we have
more
like
clear with you.
different alarms, one for a demon?
Yeah, I
Cut
know
to,
that
and
you
there's
have
a
a very.
gong, a bell, and
A triangle.
switch. Yeah.
I know you have very specific language that you use. But
We
when I say
scream
the
demon.
alarm,
There's demon here. Is what we
yeah,
scream.
that's what I'm saying. When I say you sound the alarm, I say you sound your mouth is the alarm. You tell the people there is demon. In this situation, you're the alarm.
So you said don't tell anyone, but now you want me to scream
I
demon.
said be ready if we
Oh,
need
be ready.
to tell.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, well,
Is
I will
this
be ready to
normally
scream
you?
demon.
What,
This is
what
very
position you
strange.
normally work in?
not this. I'm not doorman.
Okay,
It's
well,
a strange day for me.
all
right.
We're all learning.
You can hear it in my voice. My accent's all over the place.
Same.
All right. Same. All right. So you progress through.
I needed that.
You progress through, and you kind of circle around. And as you do, as you walk around the side of the house back toward that little wooden shack where you had descended into the
Once
sewer.
I'm inside, sorry to interrupt you. Are there people within there milling about or no?
You definitely don't see people in that area per se, but there's a lot more. You know, as you move up toward the estate, as I said, there's like 3 or 4 other people sort of at the front in the grounds. Everybody is agitated and frightened, quite frankly. I mean,
Yeah.
This particular mansion is frightened, but also the entire city has gone crazy, right? This is everybody who lives here. This is the worst sound they could hear, and they haven't heard it for a long time. When the last time they heard it, people were dying by the dozens, you know, because of this horrible pestilence, right? So it's bad, right? It's a bad thing. So you where are you headed? I mean, I don't know if you have a destination.
I mean, I don't know, because Fahima did not give us details of where, correct?
Right.
Within the sending, or
That's
have
right.
enough words. So I think I would be kind of, as I'm walking back, looking within bushes and seeing if there's anything that I can see that would hint towards her being there.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
Yeah.
You have advantage from Hadrian X.
Oh, I have advantage? Just straight advantage?
Yeah.
Adrian X.
Yeah,
You're
remember,
a
if you
real
roll
life
a 1 or
angel.
2, it's still a fail though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big roll.
I rolled a 3, but now I'm going to use my advantage, so I was very close to it. Okay, good. Now I'm a dirty 20. Woo!
Right.
All right. So, as you are walking around just looking for any sign of anything, you are listening and looking, and you start to feel a rumble underneath your feet. Like almost like an earthquake. Like the ground is moving. It's not sharp. It's just this sort of low rumble, this dull rolling rumble.
Okay. If I move, can I feel the direction at which it's coming from? Like if I move forward, does it get stronger or less?
It's to the east. It's in the direction of the Cheesemonger's estate.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk kind of as far over to that fence as I can.
Yeah.
There's bushes that kind of conceal the fence, right? Because initially, I think we established that.
That's
It's
right.
a wall. It's not even
It's
really
a giant
fence.
wall. It's not.
Well,
a
it's a
fence,
wall,
yeah,
but
it's a
then there's
very
bushes
high
in
wall.
front of the wall that we
Right.
could. It could potentially, if Fahima was, in my mind, if Fahima had popped down is hiding somewhere, she could be over
Yeah.
there. Okay.
You feel the ground rumbling and rumbling even more intensely as you get closer to that wall. And all of a sudden, you almost even have to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
You have
Oh my
advantage from
gosh.
Hadrian X on this.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Hadrian X is single-handedly saving this whole thing. Dexterity save. Okay, great. 19.
19. Okay, so the ground jolts underneath you, but you manage to keep your feet, and a hole opens up, and Fahima rises out of it slowly, the ground deforming, and she rises up out of it. You see her sort of lift as if levitating out of the ground, just moving up, rising, completely clean and not dirty at all. Sean, we can bring Jessica in. Not dirty at all. She's just rising out of a hole in the ground. She rises up. Fahima, what you see standing in front of you is a very small armed guard in full scale armor. So you rise up on the other side of this wall, and the thing you were most worried about seeing, you see, which is a guard, an enemy. One of the guards on the grounds staring at you. You displace the ground, and they kind of fall to the side almost, but they manage to keep their feet, and you are looking at them and they're looking at you.
Are there other guards around?
No, I mean, there are around the corner from where
But
you
they
are,
can't see this.
Right.
Okay.
So Fahima's gonna step to the side.
Now what you see, Lily, is Fahima with a neck collar on, her hands bound behind her back in shackles.
God.
She seems to be holding something in her hands, and she rises as if levitating out of the ground. She literally rises out of the earth, completely clean, not dirty in any way. There's no dirt on her. She's complete, like she rises out of the ground, and as she, that you are kind of pushed to the side as the ground deformed. As she gets to the top, the ground reforms itself beneath her, and it's solid ground, and she's standing there looking at you with a collar around her neck and her hands bound behind her neck, back in shackles.
James Bullet. Maybe she's a bullet.
Fahima's gonna step to the side and start to burrow her way back down into the
For this armor, Jeff, is it the kind that has like the little thing that comes over your eyes?
Yes, but it's also an illusion, so it's not real.
Visor.
Yeah, but it does have a visor like that.
I don't know if I can push my illusion up and be like.
I'm gonna say yes, just because it's fun.
Yeah.
I'll be like, Louis, it's Louis.
Oh my god, Louis.
Yeah. Don't go back down. Don't go back down.
You see this bound person halfway sunk back into the earth, look at you. She's
Nothing to see here.
She's actually about eye level with you at this point, because she's
I'm
trying
gonna
to
lose my mind.
sink back into the ground.
Where?
It's me. It's me.
And she'll kind of shoot her way back up.
Come over here, and then I'll take her quickly into the bushes, because I think we can kind of hide out of, in case anyone wants to come around the
Great
corner.
hiding spot. Yes, very, very stealthy.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, it worked very effectively for me. I'm not being sarcastic.
Okay. Let me. Can I cut your bindings?
I please, if you can
Okay.
manage to.
Okay.
The neck one would be great as well.
I can
What
try.
you would use.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to do it with your bare hands. That's for
Do you
sure.
have a bobby pin or something? Maybe you can
A
just
bobby pin?
Stick
I
it
always have a bobby pin.
there. Great. Yeah, try that.
Yeah, if you are in the business of disguising yourself, you better always have a few bobby pins on hand.
Absolutely. Okay,
true.
just give it. Just
Do
give
you
it a
need
try.
any help over there? Are you going down to the sewer?
I'll pop out of the. Just stay here.
Okay.
That? No. I am making sure I do a thorough investigation of all of the perimeter before I get to the sewer.
We have done thorough investigation of perimeter. I can help you check anywhere you need. We are quite concerned. I have reported to my my fellow guards, and everybody very upset about this news about the demon.
Okay, so you have reported it.
Oh, you said not
But
to
my
tell
one
anyone,
instruction was do not tell anyone.
No, this is true. But as I stood there thinking about the gravity of the news, I thought, really, I should inform other guards because this feels really bad.
Okay, so what you're telling me is you don't trust me.
No, that is correct. I do not trust you.
Okay, well, that's fine. Then you go check yourself.
What? Okay.
If that's what you want to go by
No,
yourself,
no,
or
I
you
don't
want to
go
trust me?
sewer. No, go. What? You have not gone into sewer. I'm trying to
Because
figure
I
out
am
what.
doing a perimeter check, and you are making it take longer.
Well, I can help you with perimeter check. Here, look. I'll check these bushes right here. I'll help you with these bushes.
No.
right
Have you ever encountered a demon?
No.
Do you know how they work?
You know, I've heard that there are demons. After that big thing in the sky happened a while back, there were demons on the outskirts of Olswach. I have heard. I have not seen one myself, but I have a cousin who told me demon killed his bear.
Listen, anything that can kill a bear is nothing to mess around with.
This is what I said.
So, demons are very tricky creatures. They can hide where you least expect them. So, it is important to check the bushes which seeming innocent might not be so.
Okay. All right. I
Okay.
will let you check
So what I
bushes.
need you to do is I need you to go back, calm down your fellow guard,
I will tell them
and
I
say
was
you
just kidding
spoke-
about demons.
say it was an off-color joke,
Classic demon humor.
and you did not mean what you said. You don't have enough information to raise an alarm, not an actual alarm, not the one. You are the alarm in the situation.
Right, me, voice, got it.
Yes,
Okay. Sorry.
What is your
I'm new
name?
to all this, and I'm quite frightened.
That's fair. Okay? That's fair. We're all frightened.
All right.
I promise you I will tell you as soon as I possibly know, okay? But I must work quietly and swiftly.
Okay. And he leaves.
Thank you for
Does
your
he look like Borat, this guard? Because I'm getting
My
all kinds of like
wife!
Sasha Baron Cohen.
It killed his
imagery.
bear!
My demon.
Demon.
It's like, don't tell anyone. And he immediately turns around and tells everyone.
I mean, that's what I would do.
True.
To be fair, he said he's not normally in this position, so...
Yeah.
Some people
okay,
are
so-
bad at their jobs. It happens.
Also, a person he's never seen before said, "Don't tell anybody." I'm immediately telling somebody.
Yeah.
Fair.
He
That's
normally
very
guards
fair.
the latrines. That's where he's stationed.
So I'm gonna go back in there and I'm gonna also take out like my rapier and see if there's any way for me to like kind of like pry this carefully. Watch your neck.
So you're attempting to stick your rapier
Well, first-
in Fahima's neck.
First,
Did I say that wrong?
first, I'm going to cut off her restraints. If are they rope or they?
No, they are. These are metal shackles. These are very sturdy,
Okay.
and it's
I
a
tried
metal
everything.
restraint around her neck as well.
You
You've
need
tried
an
everything.
Uggo. You need an Uggo.
You need an Uggo or you need a
sieve.
A sieve.
A
like a
bobby
lockpick.
pin won't do it?
I mean,
I
it
mean,
could
I
if you
can
roll
try.
high enough on your lockpick.
I'll try it, but
And I don't think that this is
If
not
Lily
Lily's
can-
forte.
If she can undo my magical shackles that I've been trying to get out of for weeks now with a bobby pin, that would make my life.
Is she in? I mean, I'm not seeing it. I was gonna say, is she in rope or chain?
it's
She's in
magical
metal shackles
yeah.
behind her
Okay.
back.
Is your
Got it.
nose itching? Your my nose is itching.
Okay,
Quite
I'm
okay.
gonna try, just because we'll try it. So I'll try it. What do I even roll for a lockpick? Sleight of
Well, if
Sleight
you
of
have the
hand.
skill, it's sleight of hand. It's also just straight dex if you don't have any.
I
You
don't
don't
think I
add
have
your
a lock-
proficiency bonus. So yeah, just be straight dex check.
Okay.
If you don't have
Unless
the
you're
sleight of hand.
proficient in thieves' tools, then it's that.
I mean,
yeah.
I got a 18.
You got an 18?
Manacles are 20.
Manacles are 20, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are 20.
Feels like a stretch as much as I wanted
but
to
you know, I
happen.
didn't tell you. You do have advantage from Hadrian X, so you can roll again.
Okay.
Right. Nat 20, nat 20, nat
If you nat
20.
20 it, then you'll get them done.
Oh, no.
Good try. Good try.
I really wanted it to be nat 20.
All right.
It's okay.
So she fumbles with that a bit, and she can't get you undone. Again, Fahima, hands bound behind her back, neck in a thick anti-magic collar.
So what's going on? Where are we?
We're at the house where you started, honestly. Before we slept.
Wow, good.
Okay, everyone
Since his direction is pretty good.
It's
3
gone.
weeks. We're back where we started.
So we're gardeners.
Are you okay? First off,
I'm fine. I'm more than okay.
what do you mean more than okay?
I risked my life. I risked everything, and it really paid off, Lily.
What does that mean? It sounds great, but it's very vague.
Are we safe right now?
Listen, I think I took care of that guard
Okay.
for a little bit. He's pretty confused.
I snuck into the Ashen Mage's lair.
What?
Yeah. She opened a teleportation circle in the
What?
basement, and I went through it, and I got into her office, into her study, and I have the belt. That's how I tunneled out of the basement and out of the grounds from a bush, actually. I came out of a bush and back into a bush, and I got the dagger, and I got files, a file on Urtenfurt and a file on my dad.
Oh my goodness. Also, side note, impressed that she keeps files. Doesn't seem like a file person.
She's very organized. Yes. Wizard, you know.
Fahima,
Tend to
I'm
be.
just gonna give her a big hug. I'm so proud of you. I don't think I would have been brave enough to do that.
Yes, you would have. You would
You're
have. You're
so brave.
selfless.
And your dad would be so proud of you right now. And also probably terrified that you did that, but mainly proud.
Well,
Okay.
there is a downside, which is that the Ashen Mage did make contact with me through the dirt, and she knows that I stole her things. Not that I figured she wouldn't notice that her entire study got filtered through, and also a robot sort of exploded inside of the study when it was attempting to prevent me from doing these things. So yes, she knows, and she's looking for me.
Yes, on that note, she's also looking for us because we maybe thought that she wasn't here and went inside the house, and that quickly went poorly, and we almost died. But the Cheesemonger and the Ashen Mage definitely saw both of us, and they're basically trying to find us.
Wait,
And
the Ashen Mage saw you?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
And she let you live?
Barely.
What did you say?
Well, no, we basically ran away and got lucky. I don't think she was going to let us live, Fahima. We surprised her. It was a moment. It was a mad. They dispelled the seeming that I had created, and we just. It was too close, but we got lucky.
James, I'm very this close to just running in there.
Don't do it, I'll don't do it.
She's gonna hate us.
Oh, I think she already does.
Oh, wow.
Here's the thing. Here's what's happening. We're a triple split party right now, which is my worst nightmare. Actually, I guess 5-way split is my worst nightmare. Unless we're just all back at home, which case we're not really split party. We're just doing our own things, but that's it. Anyway, here's the thing. We have to get back with James and Nago, who are waiting patiently outside of the gates of this.
Oh, okay. Yes.
If we don't know where he went.
Oh,
So
did he say where he went, or did he just disappear?
he said he would be back, and we were in a mouse hole, and but he didn't come back in an hour, and we had to make moves because we didn't know if you were okay, and then you told us where you were and that we had to hurry, so we came for you.
Okay, yes. Well, since the Ashen Mage is looking for me now, I would prefer to be
Not here.
surrounded by you all
Right.
together.
Okay, so the tricky thing is we now have to get outside of these gates. I'm disguised as a guard, and I can walk out there, but
I'm still a gardener.
right, but you are shackled and also have this giant collar on your neck. So
Did you have a scarf?
just a scarf for your hands and a scarf for your neck.
A scarf for the neck. The hands. You know what you could do? Can you unbuckle my trousers, the overalls, and just sort of buckle it around. Oh, yeah. You're really good at costumes.
Okay.
Buckle it around the back. They're really loose.
Have you tried just stepping through your hands? Are you flexible?
What do you mean?
Well, if they're behind your back, right, you can pull them underneath and step through them, right?
The gnome is saying this to us. The gnome is just like, can't you just do this? I mean, just do this.
My gosh. The look on Fahima's face was exactly the look that came across Jessica's face right now.
Just step through it. Just step through it.
Okay.
Best moment ever. Best moment ever.
Oh my god.
Fahima's gonna try and step through her arms.
I want to say, yeah, it works, but I'd rather you roll a dexterity check. The comedy beat is, yeah, it's easily done.
Easily done.
No, but you have advantage on your dexterity check from Hadrian X.
Thank you, Adrian.
I've seen nat 20s.
Oh my god, I did roll a natural 20.
She just like lethal weapons it and pops her shoulder up and then brings her arm down and then
casually step through my hands.
She literally just was like, oh, whoop, whoop. Oh, I guess I could have done that anytime.
Yeah.
I wish we were an animated show right now, specifically for this moment. What about that?
Oh my god.
Oh, you mean that? Oh, yeah,
That
I guess.
is
Can I tell you?
Stupid.
No, it's beautiful. And can I tell you how many people in the NoCast zone on the Discord were like, why doesn't Fahima try to do that thing in every movie where they put their legs through?
Yeah.
But I love it. It was much better this way.
It's like that finger trap. Where,
yeah, exactly.
And you're like, I can't get out, and then somebody comes up.
It's so much better when Lily tells you to try it, and then she's like, oh.
I bet you anything, we all would not have thought of that also in the moment.
Oh, for sure.
No, the things that you did think to do are,
20 intelligence.
Yeah.
I had a hook in the kitchen, and I almost like strangled myself trying to get out of my stuff.
You've been like that for hours and hours at this point.
Exactly.
So, Fahima's now standing there, staring with a blank face at her wrists in front of her.
Oh my god.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine. I should have done this a long time ago.
Oh, there's been a lot going on. I would not be too hard on yourself.
Well, at least I know I can do everything with my hands tied behind my back.
Yeah.
For future
basically
reference.
just leveled up your dexterity, I think.
Is there another way that you can sort of break through this?
I hate to tell you this, but I'm not very strong.
Well, I guess
James, I am so close.
It's all right.
She's been gone too long. Too long.
I'll go, please. Please. Look at them. You see the gods? They have not moved.
boar I hear screaming in the distance?
Have not moved.
Okay.
There's no reason to think.
Something's wrong. She has been gone too long.
All right, hang on.
We have to get out. I can walk out here as a guard. I'm gonna have to give that guy an answer about the demon situation.
You really need to disguise her as a demon, Lily. Come on. I don't want to give you answers, but come on.
Yeah.
It's too beautiful.
I don't know if she has that.
You have a
spell,
demon
though.
disguise?
You can't cast seeming again?
No, I don't. I wish more than anything I could, but
If
I
you
have
could
like.
seeming yourself into a thing and her as the demon and just run away, just run out as the demon's chasing you, that's the perfect end of the scene. But sorry. Go
Okay,
ahead.
no, I love it so much. That's what I'm trying to do, but I just don't think I have anything.
It's so beautiful. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interject. I should.
No, it's we're on the same page.
Okay, I do have a disguise kit. Okay,
Okay.
I have an idea. What's your base layer of clothing like?
What am I wearing underneath the overalls?
Yeah.
Just my drawers, and a yellow cotton shirt, button up.
Do I have the decanter of water?
Yeah.
I do. Okay.
All your stuff.
Don't get mad at me, but I'm gonna try and make you look as close to a demon as I can. Okay?
Okay.
Just go with it.
Who would that
I
be
hope that
mad?
thing isn't electrocute you. I don't think it does.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take out the decanter of water and I'm just gonna pour water all over her hair to make her hair as like wet as possible.
Uh-huh.
Like
And then
the
I'm
ring.
gonna quickly like style it and kind of like make it like
The
like-
ring.
Yeah, basically the ring. Over her. Okay. I'm gonna. Sorry, and then I'm gonna take off like your nice clothing and just have it kind of look like your overalls are the only thing you're wearing. Put dirt all over the rest of your body and your face. Okay. Can you make a noise that's like? Yeah, good. A little lower. Okay, great. Okay. Just do that and go with me. And we're gonna, if we get into trouble, I'm gonna dimension door us, but I need to get us a little farther. Okay?
Okay.
And I'm gonna put all of her stuff into like my stuff into my backpack or whatever I can of like her jacket.
Okay.
Okay. Goes nothing.
All right.
All right. And I'm gonna walk past out. So sorry, were you gonna say something, Jeff?
I just need both of you guys to roll deception checks for this. Fahima, you have advantage from Hadrian X, and Lily, you have advantage from Hadrian X. Thank you, Hadrian.
God. Oh my god. Lily double stuck. Olsvach demon cops.
It's a spin-off
Not
show.
another one.
It's a spin-off show.
Okay, deception.
15.
All right, and mine is a 26.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. So what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm gonna walk out and I'm gonna be kind of like I'm gonna get a little of the water and the dirt on me too, and be like, oh, and then walk out and kind of have her by the shackles that are on her, and I've kind of tried to make her clothing, so, look like she's wearing just overalls, and it's then just a body underneath it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, open the gate.
You found the demon.
This is not the
What are you
whole one.
taking,
This
demon?
is just a baby. I need to get it out of here now, or else the mother will come looking. Okay, this
What
is what I
do
need
you
you
do?
to do. You look at me. You do not panic. You look at me, okay? This is a baby demon. That means where there's a baby, there is a mother nearby, and you do not want to meet a mama demon if her baby has gone missing, okay?
Well, why are you taking the baby then? Go get the mother.
Because the baby is the most dangerous. That's what I'm saying. So now that we have her,
That's not
she's
what you're
going
saying at all. You said baby
Listen
mothers.
to me. You're not listening. You are already telling people plans that aren't the thing. Now that we have it, it's going to lure out the bigger one. All right? So I need you to take the guards and I need you to go to the entrance and set the trap. Now.
How do I set the trap for demon?
Close it off.
Okay, go. Just take it.
Doing. Go. Close it off. Now. Tell them. Go.
And he runs. You see him running.
And then Uncle and James, I assume, just see.
Yeah. You guys walk out. You see the disguise that you saw Lily transform into walking out with this thing that I think pretty clearly is Fahima.
Wet, muddy, half-naked Fahima. But
Wet,
yeah.
muddy, half-naked Fahima.
I am not surprised she is walking out the front door with Fahima.
Really? And the guard ran back towards the sewer.
Back toward the sewer, trying to get the other guards.
And I'm gonna look and see if the other guards are distracted, I guess, because I want to
there's-
kind of get back to where they are, but I don't want them to see me.
Yeah,
pop
I mean,
back.
they definitely need to open the gate and reclose the gate for you. But they're trying to stay away from you as you move and guide this baby demon thing that they're taking your word, or at least that one is taking your word for it. And he's trying to get you out and close the door and locks it and then leaves. And you move back down toward where James and Ugo are hiding. And you arrive there still disguised.
Why does Fahima look like she's drowning?
Well, we got lucky because I don't think that guard. No one knows anything about demons. To be fair,
I will
don't know
pull the
anything about
hair out
demons.
of her eyes and I will give her a massive hug.
Oh.
Ugo, can you
Yeah.
break those shackles?
Oh yeah, no problem.
Careful on her wrists.
Jeff, I'm gonna try to use a hand axe to pry it and with my strength and try to pry her mandibles apart.
Just roll me a strength check. You have advantage from Hadrian X countered by Alpha 2789.
Quietly, as much as you can.
Also, slowly and carefully.
Strength check is 15.
15?
Yeah.
Yeah. You try and it goes king, and you can't break the shackles.
I need to make more noise and cannot right now.
I'll guide you. Try it again. All right. Well, let's move further away from the house.
And then I'm gonna
Rage.
Brian.
Yep.
All right. You have advantage this time from. Oh no, you don't. You have disadvantage from change bonus.
But I get advantage from
On a strength check from rage.
strength check
Yeah.
and rages.
Yeah.
And
So
I
it's a flat.
guided you.
Right, which
Flat.
is what?
A D4.
D4.
Yeah, flat roll, but yeah.
Okay, that's much better. 18 plus 4 plus 4. So 18 plus 8,
All right,
26.
no, you got it. Yeah. So Fahima, you see Uggo enraged, and you see in his eyes. You've never been this close to him when he's raged before, and you see in his eyes this glaze come over them, and there's a reflection in them. For a second, you almost see 3 figures in his eyes, 3 orcish figures. A large one and 2 smaller ones. Just a flash in his eyes, and you feel the snap as your hands are finally free. And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
So
Really ran
Fahima's reunited with the team, but
Yay!
our problems are far
Things
from
are
over.
Bad.
Yes, problems are far from over. What a fun
Jeff-
episode this was.
Jeff, knowing where she was now, that makes your demeanor in the last episode make a lot more sense.
Yeah, you guys.
Wow.
That was something. Yeah.
Wow.
Also, that's Jessica. That's awesome. It's exactly what I wanted to do. It's the first thought. I was like, I'm going downstairs. I'm going to find stuff. I'm taking it, and we're leaving.
Yeah.
Well, I
she was
still
like-
don't know what I didn't get a chance to ask Lily if you guys found the thing.
Yeah, no crosstalk this week.
Yeah.
We only know what you know in the game.
Okay.
Yes, we will. I'm sure there will be a team download at some point. But again, we're not 5 still. We still have 1 off. So my
Poor
life is
Jeff.
not any easier. But super fun. I want to thank some folks that were giving us some balloons there at the end. There was a Extinguish the
Yay.
Flame gave a Force of Evil balloon. Team Force of Good crushing it, 87% to 13% Team Force of Evil. I think we're gonna find that Team Force of Good will win it handily this week, and we will be under the influence of a Force of Good card for the entire episode next week, which I think should be nice. That Force of Evil was scary, but I don't think it ever really messed with you guys too bad.
No.
It had the potential of really ruining
What was
things.
it?
You know, I told her when you were here. It was the
In the beginning, yes.
advantage. Yeah.
Any 1s or 2s even on advantages, yeah,
Yes.
are critical fails.
But as I've said at the beginning, as we've all said at the beginning of the show, this show is made possible by Patreon, and we have a lot of wonderfully generous folks at Patreon. And in fact, 2 of our uppermost tiers on the Patreon are called Team Force of Good and Team Force of Evil, and the reward for being part of those tiers, alongside our extreme gratitude, is the fact that your name gets to be read out at the end of the show, but not just any way, not just normal, not just a banal reading of the names. No. No, there was a patron submitted suggestions for how those names should be read off at the end of the show. We will find out who is reading it by random, by a dice roll. But this week,
Ron did it last week, so if we
We're
roll,
back up to.
We're back up to it. Can be
Jared
anyone.
did. Jared did. Yes.
yeah,
It can be anyone.
Oh, wow,
now.
thank you for the
It
Can't
gift
be
can't
subs,
Jared. It can't be
Adrian.
Jared.
It can't be
If
Jared.
Reroll 1s or 6s.
Right.
rolled a 3.
Oh, that's me.
Morgan.
Morgan. All right.
Okay.
So this week, the way we're going to do this was submitted by Amra on our Patreon. Thank you, Amra, for being a patron. We're grateful for you and for this suggestion, which is Force of Good. Team Force of Good will have their names read off like they're in a horse race, like you're calling a horse race.
Okay.
And Team Force of Evil will be read off like you're introducing them at the Royal Rumble, the WWE Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble.
So if you don't know how the Royal Rumble works,
okay,
it's each wrestler is
That's
announced
kind of
one at a
similar to
time.
the one I did last time, but okay.
It is a little similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
You were a boxing announcer or something last time.
Yeah.
Boxing
How
wrestling
will
announcer.
Royal Rumble be different for you?
Yeah.
I'm seeing in chat we got a couple requests to hear Itch.
Each.
Well, no,
So-
no. We've got to do that.
Yep.
Well, I can come up with if you want to do a different one.
I
we
can do a French horse announcer.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
French
Blend it.
Royal Rumble.
All right, start with
French
your
Royal
start with your horse race, and I'll come up with a different one for that.
All
Which
right.
is a little similar to your boxing announcer last time.
Welcome everyone to the Belmont Stakes for tonight's Force of Good Race of the Champions. We've got 12 amazing horses lining up in their stables ready to run, and all ridden by very, very small people.
I bet $50 on one of them.
Place your bets now, because here
That's
we
my
go.
favorite horse.
Once the race starts, all bets are off. Here we go, and they're off. Armando 89 coming out of the box the fastest as he takes off, ridden by Hadrian X. Hadrian X is really whipping Armando 89 as they move forward into the lead. But Wilbro Jr. coming up quick in the behind. Look at Wilbro Jr. Wilbro Jr. Fenderill right next to Wilbro. They're really jockeying for position while ridden by jockeys. Hey, I've never thought of that before. What are you gonna do? Oh,
That's hilarious.
But coming from the outside, here it comes. Ayamu Cow. Ayamu Cow, of course, ridden by the entire Gold family. Ayamu Cow and the Gold family. Ayamu Cow and the Gold family coming up on Wilbro Jr. and Fenderill trying to get around the outside. Just Jules. Here comes Just Jules. Just Jules running for it. Just Jules getting in on the rail. I don't watch a lot of horse racing. Oh, but what's that? What's that bringing up the rear? Monique riding the dungeon run. Yay! The dungeon run. Yay! There's 4 Y's in yay! Monique is really giving dungeon run yay a run for their money. But what's this? Braba's jumped in from out of the stands. He wasn't here. He was in an earlier race. He's really, but they seem to be allowing it. Braba's really trying to get in there for first. Cold Candle now. Cold Candle riding Bob Harris. Bob Harris really running for it. Armando 89. Hadrian X. Wilbro Jr. Fenderill. Ayamu Cow, the Gold family run. Just Jules. Monique dungeon run yay. Braba, Cold Candle, and boom! It's a tie. It is a 12-way tie.
Wow.
Done. All right, we'll do one that's a little.
I'm sorry to my neighbors.
All right, how about this
great.
one now for Team Force of Evil? This comes from Aaron McLeod. Suggested in the Patreon. This is maybe a little different tempo for you, and maybe appropriate for the mission that we were supposed to have been on for this whole side quest. You're like a mob boss who's trying to convince their crew to pull off a dangerous heist.
Of course. Of course.
Okay. Listen.
Yeah, boss.
Change box. Down to clown.
Yeah.
You've been asking for the chance to really become a part of the family. J-Rock, Corbin played. I know you're all jealous of the Carson because the Carson made his bones years ago. But listen, there's an opportunity coming. Because I, your godfather, here on the day of my daughter's wedding, are gonna give you the opportunity.
Thanks, Daddy.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Present.
Listen up.
How'd you hit both of us at the same time?
That's right.
That's like a Three Stooges slap when it goes by both of the faces.
It's a very powerful slap. I've been doing it for years. Fernando the Jackal's in town. And you know when Fernando the Jackal's in town, Forest Elf 86 ain't far behind. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to go down to that racetrack. You know, the one with the 12 horses and they let the horse run in and they just let it happen?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to break into that horse track, that racetrack.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need you to steal me the shiny 8-bit boo. Because if with the shiny 8-bit boo, Fernando the Jackal isn't gonna push us around at all. Not if we got a shiny 8-bit boo on our side.
That's true. That's very true.
Okay.
So we got a Forest Elf 86 these people?
Maybe. Whoa, shush. Are you wearing a wire? Are you wearing a wire right now?
I'm sorry, it was just an next question.
That's Team Force of Evil.
Well done.
Boss,
Peter
boss.
Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
You sounded a little Bernie Sanders there for a little
I
bit. boss.
was all over the place.
I was like, are we going to start talking about the 1%?
New Hampshire Mafia.
Well done. If you would like your name part of our wacky readings at the end of the show,
Whackity,
check out our
schmackity
Patreon.
doo.
Patreon.com/thedungeonrun. We appreciate it.
Good job.
Yes. Congratulations again to our big winner of the giveaway.
Yeah.
Huge.
We're here every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Caffeine. Excuse me. No, that's not right.
Whoa!
That's not right.
Force a habit.
That's not right. Twitch.tv/thedungeonrun. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Until then, humankind. Be both.
Both.
It started. It started. It started. 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 As a simple dungeon run. As a simple dungeon run.